Okay, we're underway. It's time to start. Session number 3, The Assassin's Knot. And everybody should have received their recap of what happened in session 2. We'll recap really quick. We started the session with the party split in 2 groups. One group outside in the woods outside of town, and they had followed some of the residents of the inn who were, they looked like they were engaged in some kind of suspicious activity. They had snuck out of the inn in the middle of the night.
They were having an affair, guys. I'm pretty sure.
And the other 3 remained back at the inn, not to arouse suspicion, but to see what they could find out with anybody that's still in the inn. The 3 that went into the woods, and that was Elrek, Ephran, and Eldon. They observed the Oscar and Captain Bassmar talking with Vilmar, but they were unable to eavesdrop and hear the conversation. They barely got back into the woods before being discovered by the guard. They made their way back to the inn. They caught up with the other 3 guys there. They didn't really discover anything terribly significant as far as what they were up to. They just were suspicious as to why these fellas were leaving their room in the middle of the night. The party rested the rest of the evening, got up in the morning, continued their interrogation. They talked to the barkeep, Glammy, they talked to Abraham, they talked to the boys again. They made their way over to the theater, talked to Balmero. They had a very interesting conversation with him, which included some information gathering related to the golden lute and the mysterious golden lute string that was missing. They can't help but think that it's the same identical string that was found at the murder site. They also had an interesting conversation with Wilbur, who was one of the stagehands who admitted that he broke the string and said that he lost it. The party finished their meeting. They bought tickets for the show, so they'll be returning to the theater later in the night. They then left and started exploring the town. They stopped at the armorer, who was a big half-orc named Croc. And Ducat ordered a set of new leather armor to be ready in another day. They were particularly intrigued by Croc's magic sword that started talking to him, and he started talking back to the sword.
Dangerous magic sword.
They left the armorer. They had lunch with some fresh caught fish from Lake Farman. They made their way over to the Church of Osprum, where they were able to get into a meeting with Harper, the high priest. The interrogation with Harper, the high priest, was pretty tricky because Harper appears to be a bit eccentric, if not senile.
I'm going with appears on this one.
And they had a chance to also speak to the canon and the what's the other guy do there?
The groundskeeper, Lothar?
The curate, Harmon and Basil, as well as the groundskeeper Lothar.
Come on, groundskeeper Willie.
Groundskeeper.
Oh. And Lothar was of the Hill people, I think.
Lothar had been around. His eye was closed. He had a big scar on his face. His arm was crippled. He didn't get into his history, but I'm sure that's a fascinating story.
I think his nickname is Lucky.
He also wasn't terribly happy or cooperative with the party. At that point, the party continued exploring town. They found their way to the bower, and Eldarin ordered a new bow, or purchased a new bow to be made with some arrows.
You owe me 10 gold there, Eldarin.
They found their way to the weaponsmith. Much to the disappointment of the party, the weaponsmith only made sling stones and
axes,
quarterstaffs and other weapons that
Hammers and flails.
they weren't really looking for.
But I'm wondering if the blacksmith might make a basic sword too.
I think he made short swords, but no daggers.
Dagger.
In a town full of possible where the Assassin's Guild is supposed to be located, nobody makes a dagger. Crazy.
They ain't one. They're not traceable.
Then there were 2 other events that happened before we closed the night. The party observed the walking toward the castle of the weaponsmith that they had just met and left. His name was Gilmy, not to be confused with Glammy. He was walking to the castle with Oscar, the midget.
Or Gimli.
Thank you.
The midget helper around the castle who does the odd jobs. And then they found James running down the street with some exciting news. He had just overheard a conversation between merchants and Abraham that the Baron was found murdered by the wife and daughter on Monday morning.
We're done here, guys.
Mystery solved.
So-
Mission
We
accomplished.
could wrap it up now.
So Ducat's ready to go back to Peltar and tell him he solved the mystery.
Like the next peak.
So that's where we're picking up. It's midday on Thursday. Yeah, because the party traveled on Tuesday. Okay, so it'd be midday on Wednesday then. It's their first full day in town, and that's
When are
what.
we gonna figure it out? So you got stuff.
We're hanging around too much. We're not going to figure it.
All right, so we turn it back over to the party.
Has the stable boy walked away from us now? He's clear?
Yeah, James left. James was obviously very reluctant to make that promise to keep his
Crestfallen?
mouth shut, and you don't suspect that he had anything to do with it or he's hiding something. He was just excited and he wanted to tell his friends. He's got some teenage
So-
enthusiasm.
A couple of things for starters. We're still in these conversations trying to see if anybody lets slip and lets their knowledge of the death of the Baron come out, even though it's not widely known. And then the other thing is we've been collecting locations and dates on when people, where they've been. Is there anyone that we can rule out? And can I write on this flip chart, this whiteboard?
You can, but I think we're at a point where we need to go talk to the inn guy, Abraham, before word gets out further, and
Okay.
then we can have our own conversation.
Okay.
Because I also think we need to go back and talk to Harper alone.
Yeah, right now it's mid-afternoon,
There are
Bless
other
you.
people. Bless you.
and remember you have to be at the theater and it opens up at 7 and the doors close at 8 if you're going to go to the show tonight.
Yes.
Do we want to do repeats now, or do we want to go to people we haven't spoken to?
I think we go to Abraham, make sure he keeps his mouth shut, and then we move on to the castle.
How are we going to convince Abraham to keep quiet about this?
Maybe we have to come clean.
What if Abraham is a suspect?
He is a suspect.
I know. What if he is the guy who did it?
I don't think news like this is going to be able to be kept quiet. I mean, if the stable boy's running down the street to tell us, I know we told him to be quiet, but somebody else has heard it, and somebody's going to tell somebody else. I don't think we're going to be able to keep this bottled up.
Not for long. Maybe we bought ourselves a half hour, but I think you're right.
Jules is turning in. So, do we just want to let the powder keg blow then, and just move on with our business?
Are there people that we haven't spoke to that are on our list?
Nobody's on the list, but we should just talk to the mayor. We probably should start with the mayor. Do we come clean with the mayor?
Maybe now's the time to talk to the mayor and make sure that we clear ourselves so we don't get embroiled in
How
this.
about we come clean with everybody? Announce that we're investigating the Assassin's Guild. And that, okay.
I think we say we're starting our own guild.
The truth, guys.
Start indiscriminately killing people. So.
Maybe now's the time to go make our way to the castle
All right.
and speak.
I guess we head to the castle. You guys online got any comments, suggestions? Mike, Chris, Adam?
Councilor Liz.
All right, well, I'm still trying to get the map back up.
Oh, Adam, Jeff bought Yingling. He bought Yingling in state.
In Connecticut? Oh, baby.
Black and tan and the... No, that won't work.
Sounds dangerous.
It's better here.
Here's the real question. How good does Yingling taste with whiskey?
I'm not getting... Bob bought regular cider.
Would you guys say Yingling is yum yum?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I
ready to
think
go?
you should try that and report back to us.
All right. Well, so you walk up the road to the castle.
It's
So-
a bit of a hill, isn't it? It's up there. It's the highest point in town. It looks like
Yeah.
defendable. Makes sense.
Well, the castle, and you can try to make out the. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger for you.
We can make it bigger ourselves.
Okay. I didn't send you the actual map of the castle, but you could see by the outlines there that there's an outer wall that's guarding the inner part of the castle. The outer wall is 20 feet high. There's a series of towers that extend 10 feet higher, so they're 30 feet tall. You can see the castle itself extends about 10 or 15 feet taller than that inside. And there is a gatehouse in front, and
Is there a
A port-
portcullis?
there's a portcullis that is currently down.
I'm a big fan of portculli.
Is it plural for that?
I once knew a wizard who charmed an octopus and cast a water-breathing spell on it, and then it had babies, and he had it guard the front of the castle. So we had octopi guarding the portculli. Yeah, not worth it.
Oh no, well,
You get an A for effort there, Bob.
Yes.
it's not like when you're the bard, but you're still pretty. All right, so we go to the castle gate. Knock, knock, knock.
I feel like guards there, can we just ask for a meeting?
Well, you don't see any guards. You don't see anybody around.
So the
You
gate's
just-
down and we don't see anybody there.
Right.
Go to the castle.
Is there a bell to ring or something?
There's no bell.
Yeah, there's a long rope with a pole on it.
All right.
Knock,
So
knock,
sorry.
housekeeping?
Pull rope for service.
Yes. All right, so we yell inside. Anybody there?
Okay, up on top of the wall, you see a couple guards walking over. And that they're on guard duty up there. They say, "Who are you, and what do you want?
They're
We're
not, are they?
we'd like to talk to the mayor, please.
Do you have an appointment?"
No, but it's a pretty small town. We hope we could just get in for a short, brief conversation.
Well, I'm sure the mayor's very busy with mayor business. People don't just walk in and talk to the mayor. Who should?
Could you please ask if she's available for a quick 10-minute conversation?
We'll get the head of the guard, and you can talk to him.
Sure.
What can we say your name and business is?
We're passing through. We want to pay our respects to the people in charge.
Urgent news.
Yeah. Just
All right, if you say so.
are we gonna tell them or not?
Yeah, I think so.
We have
But we see if she knows first. We do the trap, and then we share the urgent news.
sure.
All right, so two of the guards are remaining up there, and one of them leaves. You can't see where he goes, and the guards are just watching.
She almost done?
No.
Takes about 20 minutes for her to get done. She has the Invisalign. Sorry. So we're waiting. Does the captain of the guards come out?
Okay, so after about 10 minutes, there, you see 4 people walking down. I wish I gave you the map, but there's a 15 feet in. You'll see another gate that's down.
It could take
So
you
the-
about 10 seconds to get the map on the computer if you want.
I don't think I want you to see the map though.
Okay, never mind.
I should have gotten that prepared earlier. Okay, so through the door walk 4 people. It appears that 2 of them are just regular guards and 2 of them are of a higher level, higher nature.
Right.
One of them is a male half orc, and one of them is a female human.
And there's a lot of inbreeding in this town. A lot of cross pollination.
And-
Half orcs.
And the
You know, half orc happens to be the ideal optimal class for an assassin.
so the half orc says, "My name is Askew. What can I do for you?"
Is he the chief? Is he the captain of the guard? From his
He's the person of authority in this small collection of people.
What answers did you have for us, ask you?
Dare I ask you?
I was going to ask you.
All right. So now that he's bewildered, the
Annoyed and bewildered.
the female steps forward. She says, "My name is Armox."
What is she wearing?
What? She is
Was Armox? I don't think that was the mayor's name. It was an A, but I don't think it was Armox.
No.
She's wearing a robe.
Oh,
Is that the mayor's name, Joel? Am I making a mistake? Remember?
The mayor's name is Arnes,
Oh, very good.
and this is Armox.
Go days.
She said, "My name is Armax." We only have 8 letters in our alphabet in this town. This is Askew. Askew is captain of the guard. I am his wife.
Good
What?
for you.
What,
Good for you being open-minded.
what can we do for you?
Well,
We don't recognize you. What business do you have here?
Well, we were passing through. We had some information of import that we wanted to talk to the mayor about.
We bear a message from the sorcerer, specifically for the mayor.
Well, the mayor is very busy. I'm sure I can help you. I am the captain of the guard, after all.
Our order was to speak specifically to
Your order from who?
Peltor. Peltor, the Baron's chief advisor.
I-
Just the sorcerer. I don't think he's related to politics.
Okay. Says, I don't know who you think we are, but I'm captain of the guard. I run this town with the mayor.
We
You
understand.
can't just make up any excuse and think I'm just going to open the door and let you walk into our castle. If you have some specific business
you
with
have
the
20
mayor, I'll
armed-
bring.
You have 20 armed guards. There's 6 of us out here. I think my staff is the most threatening thing.
You could tell me what your business is with the mayor, and I'll go see if she's available.
I'm afraid it is an item of security, something that cannot even be shared with the most trustworthy of her servants. Please, give us 10 minutes.
It is her choice if she serves it, if she shares it with you. It is her choice. Our orders are to give it to her.
yeah,
Okay,
we're
so
supposed to give it to her.
all right. Well, I'm just going to say no. You can
Can I
be.
say that one?
I'll. He turns and talks to the other 2 guards and gives them instructions of some sort, and they turn and walk back into the castle. And Armox and Askew stand there and they say, "Look, we're not trying to be uncooperative.
You are, though.
This is our town. It's my job to guard the castle.
Is there
And
a
guarding the
time-
castle isn't just opening the gate to anybody that strolls along and says, I got business with the mayor.
Oh,
If you're intelligent of any sort, you're going to know that.
We'd be happy to talk to the mayor through the portcullis if it would make you happy.
That's not the way the mayor operates.
The mayor has.
I'm the
visiting
mayor's
hours.
representative. If you can either state your business to me, or if you have a message for me to bring to the mayor, or you're requesting a meeting with the mayor, I can arrange it. But the mayor does not just stop all of her busy duties to just run down and speak to anybody that shows up at the
We would
door.
love to make an appointment to speak with the mayor. When is your first available opening? And don't say we can Tuesday.
And Adam, we need to put you on mute once again, buddy. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
See?
Yes, I'm a
Okay.
heavy drinker. Get over it.
We're
So-
used to it, buddy.
So Askew and Armox are talking to each other, and
Is there a
We
date
can't be
book
the
or
first
something?
people from out of town to request a meeting with the mayor. This is not
no,
a difficult question.
no,
Just
it's
advise
not.
us
But
when it's available.
again, we don't just open the door and let everybody stroll in whenever they want.
Well,
I'm sure you
we are
understand
requ-
that.
Then you only allow her to meet people who are not strangers? Please, tell us when she's available, and then
I'm just asking you to give me an idea of what your business is so I can tell her. Is that so unreasonable?
Of security that we need to speak only with her, and if she chooses to share that with you, then
That's
she
her
will.
purview.
We've been sent by the sorcerer Pelatar to speak with her, and that is all the information we can give you. Surely you can understand our situation.
All right, so
Okay, you get us in the door. I'll be right back.
We'll work on it. Godspeed. You have a tougher job right now. Thank you.
A little harder. I'm gonna have to try the left hand.
Just
So-
so you guys know, Joel is rolling a lot of dice and writing notes furiously.
all right, so 6 guards walk up behind from the castle. And some of you, I won't say who, it's not important, are astute enough to recognize that a couple of the guards are the same guards that you ran into the night before. Frag and Gulk. Was it Gulk one of them?
I think Gulk was
Yeah.
one. Definitely
Frag and Gulk are among the two. The other one is not there, but there's several other guards.
Okay.
So Frag and Gulk certainly recognize you, and they walk up to Askew and whisper in his ear. And so Askew says, "Oh, so you guys came into town last night,
We did.
and our guards here tell us that you were well behaved and you were polite, and you spent the night talking with Abraham.
We did.
So again, I'm going to ask you one more time, what kind of business do you have with Arneson after spending a night at the inn with Abraham?"
I'm afraid that the message that we have for Arneson is one that only we can share with them.
I tap Bob on the shoulder and try and whisper in his ear. They know we've been here all day and all night. If we tell them that we came to town with this news and we didn't tell them till just now, we're in big trouble.
We're not in big trouble. The news is such, once we explain it to the mayor, it becomes perfectly understandable.
You could have just
Why
got
we,
this from James.
why we waited the whole day before we told her?
You know what? You know what? Let's just tell him we're here investigating the Assassin's Guild. That's all we can say. We don't need to give any of the details about the Baron or anything like that. We're here at Peltar's request, investigating the Assassin's Guild, and we wanted to talk to Arneson, the mayor, about it.
Then they'll all know.
That puts him on the defensive.
Listen, if Arneson is suspicious of wrong people, if it's an inside job, now they all know as well. I prefer to even keep that secret.
I understand, but at this point, we're not getting past Knucklehead and Underhead.
We'll just set up a meeting.
I tried that. They said no. They wanted to know why.
Well, they'll want to speak to us after they hear the news. We can wait for them to call for us then.
We'll be hanging out at the end. We'll see you at the shop.
Yeah. I think our time is wasted here until the mayor decides to speak with us. But what do you think, friends? Should we spend any more time here?
Is there a chance we could meet with them later on? It's about security.
Yeah, like I told you, I can try to set up an appointment. It would be easier if you had some idea what the topic was. You're saying it's security. All right, I will talk to the mayor and request an appointment for your party to talk about security.
Not only that, that we have a message from the sorcerer Peltar for her, which we have also explained. You may have forgotten.
Okay. He's talking to the guards. You guys stay here, keep an eye on them. Let them into the courtyard, but don't let them any further. And we'll go check on. We'll go talk to Tellish and Arneson and see what their availability is.
We can wait outside the portcullis if you don't mind.
As you wish. So that they do that. The two of them. Oh, isn't that cute?
You can have him.
What happened?
Adam just got a big hug.
He got a big
If he's that cute, you can have him.
Oh.
So the
Where did I start?
they are Askew and Armax are on their way in to talk to Arneson and see if they can set up an appointment. And the other 6 guards are standing there watching you. They offer to let you in to the courtyard, but
Ephraim?
Ephraim advised that you just wait outside the gates.
As we're waiting, Elric will say to the 6 remaining guards, You gentlemen are doing a fine job. I commend your commitment to the protection of the mayor. Well done.
Thank you. So Frag takes the lead, and he was the leader of the group that spoke to you last night. How was your night last night?
Well, it wasn't the greatest of sleep. You know how it is after spending an entire day on the road. Everything aches. But I am hopeful tonight will be better. We were told that there's a great show at the theater. And
Yes.
we've got some tickets for that.
Well, you'll enjoy it very much.
Have you seen it?
I haven't. Have any of you guys seen it? We all look at each other. They shake their heads. No, but we know some people have seen it. I think the students are going tonight. Actually,
The students?
yeah. Rogan, Thomas, Holga. They're all supposed to be there tonight. Field
those
trip.
are falling far behind.
We recognize the name Holga. That was
Yes.
supposedly the girlfriend of one of the
Wilbert.
of Wilbert, one of the stable. Oh no, one of the
Performers.
theater performers?
So Frag looks at you and says, I gotta ask you a question. We heard this morning, the guard report, that there were some strangers that were chased into the woods last night by our town patrol. That wouldn't happen to be you guys, was it?
No, but we did hear some noises outside of our room last night. Doors opening and closing after we turned in.
And we were up late. We were with Abraham.
Until he closed.
Yeah.
Well, I can assure you that the town was safe. We didn't have any report other than those strangers, which the guards figured were probably just some of the menacing orcs in the area.
You've
But-
got orcs in the
But
area.
if it was you guys, we probably would have liked to have known that, because we just like to know what's going on in town.
If we're up
We're
late,
quite a bit
we're
shorter
gonna
than
let you know.
orcs, but we're happy to see that your guards chased away the rougher element.
Well, this is a very safe town. We told you that last night. We've got a lot of people in town that want it that way, and they also chip in to help keep it that way. And we all do our jobs very good. We haven't had an incident in this town for
4 days.
4
He points
days.
to a sign. It's got 4. No dragons eating townspeople for 4 days.
All right, so
Do you know much about the high priest? What was his name?
Harper.
Harper.
Harper? He seems like a rather eccentric fellow.
Yeah, he's kind of losing it, but he's a good person.
Hmm.
He's
what
very
about that?
very powerful.
What about that groundskeeper, Lothar? He's a formidable character.
Well, he's fairly new.
Oh, he
He's not a very friendly person.
is. Is he one of those adventurers that retired in the area?
He's not from the party. You're talking about the party?
Lydia's party.
Yeah.
Right.
Who was with Lydia? Who was with her? We haven't run into anybody but her yet, so we were just curious who the other ones were.
Oh, I gotta try to remember. Martin the Druid, Lydia the Fighter.
Is Martin now a farmer? Is that the same Martin?
Yeah.
Very good.
By the way, I think Lydia the Fighter, if you go to the Dungeons and Dragons basic red box manual, bless you, I seem to recall that they have like a walkthrough of what it's like to play D&D, and there's a Lydia the Fighter there. Just curious.
Martin, okay, Druid is not going to be an assassin. That's something that's a lot more credence to Abraham, who's Martin's best bud.
Yeah.
In my
And so yeah, they're all looking at each other. Captain Queenix, he was in the party, right? Yeah, that's right.
Phoenix.
Was he a swordsman as well?
He's a holy man of some kind.
Ah.
He's a captain, but he's a holy man.
Keep in mind, just because you're part of the guild doesn't necessarily mean you practice.
No, but Druids have pretty strict rules.
That's a great point.
Part of the rules, the rules are pretty strict for that.
Super neutral.
Oh, and Olada, Olada was in that party too, right? Yeah. Olada's the jeweler, the money changer.
Well,
Yeah, I met them, yeah.
were they all human?
Money changer.
I don't know. I don't really pay attention.
Money changer.
Jewish.
The money changer.
I think they're all human.
Yeah, he changes the money in people's coin purses into thin air.
So what about Bess? Was Bess part of the party? I can't remember. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I think Bess was in the party too. You know, Bess is the cleric.
Outside yesterday, is that what we were talking about?
What's that?
The ones who were on the guard watch yesterday?
No. Remember that there was a party of adventurers who ended up retiring and moving into this town?
No, right now you're talking to some of the guys that were on guard duty last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was your question.
And those guys were asking about what we were doing last night. So Lothar wasn't part of that original group. He certainly looks like he's seen a few fights during his time too.
Yeah, we don't know him very well. I mean, if you want to know more about him, I guess you could talk to Harper.
Yeah.
Yeah, does he fade in and out a lot? Does he have better times than they talk to him? Because we saw him, he was pretty not altogether there.
I mean, we don't know him well enough. Our job is to guard the town,
Sure.
and we don't get to really talk to a lot of the people outside the castle. But we take good care of this town, and that's the way they want it.
You know, we tell us about Oscar, because he just seemed like such an odd fellow. Kind of rubbed me the wrong way over at Abraham's. I'm just wondering if I just have a bad first impression, or is he?
You met Oscar?
Yeah. Was
Well,
at
he
Abraham's last
he
time.
works here in the castle, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering if it's just me having a bad first impression, or.
Well, he called you the town fool, if I remember. Joking.
No, that's Priska.
Priska, that was
Priska.
the name he used. Yeah, Priska.
Wasn't Priska in the party too? I don't know. I they're talking
Well, anyway,
among
the thing
themselves.
is-
I find that hard to
So
believe.
Oscar
but-
was insulting me last time. I'm just wondering if he rubs a lot of people the wrong way, or if I'm just lucky.
You probably just have thin skin.
He's not a
Yeah.
grouch, is he? Just
No,
by just basic personality.
Right. Little garbage can, bring it by his hands.
What
He's
reasonable
short.
person.
He's short.
It's not very pleasant.
all right. So, just as your conversation is getting very friendly, you do see the two heads of the guard coming back. Arnes is really busy with her duties today, but she'll see you first thing tomorrow morning. Will that be acceptable? If there's anything you need to talk about now, you can talk to me.
But we don't mean to insult you,
We don't.
and we appreciate the diligence that you have with your job. But we will gladly accept that appointment for tomorrow. And you can understand we're under strict orders.
If this is really an emergency, tell us she'll meet with you.
I think we
This is really an emergency.
I was thinking we could still use this time
To-
to speak to other people and come back in the morning when it becomes widespread.
It's a crapshoot any way we look at it.
What do you guys think on the line? Do we go explore the rest of the town while nobody knows, or do we push our influence and go see the mayor now?
I think we need to talk to the mayor, and then we can lay out all the key figures and have a good discussion amongst ourselves.
Hmm.
She's the last piece of the puzzle we haven't talked to yet. Major piece that we're aware of.
I mean,
What do you say, Mike and
I
Chris?
think it might be to kind of wander around the town a little bit too, just because now that the rumors are, well, not the rumors, but now that everybody knows that the Baron is dead, it'll be interesting to see what kind of scuttlebutt might be going on in town, especially around Abraham's place.
Adam, Chris, thoughts?
I 6 in one, half dozen in the other.
That's a crapshoot.
All right, Adam just gave his very insightful opinion. What do you
Jeff,
think?
What's your thought? Do we push and say it's an emergency, or wait until tomorrow morning? I'm sure we can find other things to do with our time if we wait.
I think, you know what, it's an emergency. If the Baron,
It has to do with the health of the bear.
yeah, she's had enough.
Okay.
It really is an emergency.
All right, you understand I'm not stopping you from seeing the mayor. She said that she will meet you tomorrow. But I'll go in and check again and see if either her or Tellish is available. Will that satisfy you?
Who's Tellish?
Tellish is the head. He's the head cleric.
T-E-L-I-S?
Tellish. He's second in command of this town to Arnes.
I think it would only have to be the mayor at
Yeah.
this point. Thank you.
I whispered to the other members of the party. If you recall, the clerics at the castle were picking clerics from the church to train into something, with physical combat. So he may be the head of the Assassin's Guild.
Hmm.
Do we want to meet with him?
Orange first weekend.
All right, so they open the door. The guards are, they're friendly with you, but they're not letting their guard down, so they're ready with their weapons.
We ready? No, I'm just kidding.
No!
Touch our weapons.
How many experience points do we get for killing the mayor? That's what I want to know.
Askew points up to the ledge. He's motioning the guards there. You look up now and you hadn't realized it before, but now there's 6 guards up there with their weapons ready. So there's a total of 12 guards plus Askew and
Are the guards
And
on the
Arneson.
turrets holding, crossbows and
Spears.
bows, or are they holding melee weapons?
spears.
Because if they're holding melee,
I'm envisioning
concerned about those.
Shrek, when he goes to do Lock for the first time, And he beats everybody up, and then there's still 20 guys aiming their crossbows at him.
All right, so you walk into the. Let's just do this.
My friends, I recommend try to walk without tripping. It would be sort of humiliating in front of all these people.
Say something cool.
So they walk. They open the gate. You walk 30 feet in to the second gate, and now you are. Too bad I can't make this bigger. Or you guys make
Josh,
it bigger.
make it Sit tight.
You're in the center courtyard.
Ah, okay. So we're through the outer walls and into the center courtyard.
Yeah, so you'll see two smaller buildings to the left and right of you, and one large main castle building, which is where Askew and Armax go in.
Okay. Askew and Armax were the husband and wife captain
Right.
of the guard.
That's
The half orc and the female human.
Maybe we split the party and have to.
You take 4 on the left, I'll take the 5 on the right.
This time the guards are all at attention and they're ready with their weapons. They're not quite so talkative anymore.
Oh, it's Askew and
Armax.
Armax.
Like Carmax without the suit.
Very good. Okay, so then after about 5 minutes, Armax walks out and says, "Okay, Arneson will be out in a few minutes. Will that satisfy you?"
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We appreciate your patience with us.
Okay, so Armax goes back in. The guards are out there again.
We surround Eldane so he doesn't wander off touching things he shouldn't.
And after another few minutes, Askew, Armax, and another woman come out. And the woman introduces herself, says, "My name's Arneson. I'm the mayor of the town. I understand that somebody has a very urgent message for me."
Yes. Can we talk in private?
Sure. Okay. She says the rest of you are dismissed, and Askew gives the obligatory, but Mayor, we don't even know who these people are. She says, well, they don't have any weapons drawn, right?
We don't have any weapons. I have a staff. I think I might be dealing with anything.
No, I think all of us have one melee weapon, a sword or.
Yeah, I know I've got a sword.
Yeah. I've got a sword as well.
We'll leave the weapons in the room if you want.
Yeah.
We're flexible with this.
All right. So I'll tell you. Well, let's talk in the barn. The barn is the building to your right, which is this building here.
Okay.
So as she walks in the barn, you'll see you see some war horses there in the stables. The stable boy and the cleanup boy are there. She shoos them away, so they leave. And she says, "Okay, I can assure you that we're by ourselves. Now, tell me what are you so anxious to talk about that you couldn't wait until tomorrow morning?"
Baron, wait for it.
Wait, do we want to have
wait,
a
wait.
search? Everybody want to just search to see if they see any
They
hiding in the
don't.
shadows?
They don't
I do a notice check.
fish
Oh, wait,
on
okay.
Saturdays. Sundays.
What's that?
They don't fish on
Yeah,
Saturdays.
it's Wednesday though.
They don't fish
I
on
just want you to
Tuesdays.
know that.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're telling her.
That's not the.
No, that's not.
I think we just tell her. Nobody's around. Joel, we make a quick.
Ask her if she's heard.
I think we just tell her. Use your shock value.
Okay.
All right, so Mikey and who else is taking a quick look around, make sure nobody's around.
I check around.
I check around.
All right,
Now, Arnis just watches you check around. Go ahead, check the barn out.
All right,
I can assure you it's secure, but
so those of us with intellect and wisdom, pay attention, specifically looking for Arnis' reaction when we say
Okay.
Baron Grellis was murdered 2 days ago.
and she says, Baron Grellis? He was killed?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Murdered.
Where did you get this information from?
Well, we told your captain was correct. Peltar has spoken to us.
Peltar. Did he send you here?
We have
Yes.
yes to tell you this.
Why didn't you ask you he had such an important message to tell me?
We did. It took 10 minutes to get past him anyway.
Why didn't Peltar send over the usual correspondence from Restonford? I don't even know who you guys are.
We don't know who we are either.
Please,
Please.
let us take a step back and allow us to introduce ourselves.
My
I,
name is Humpty. Just to obscure.
we make our quick introductions.
Okay.
We state, what else had a reason for us?
Because he didn't want to involve himself in the politics.
Yes. He wanted an outside group to look at it because he didn't want to get involved in politics.
Wow.
Research was too important.
You haven't told anybody in town this information, have you?
No, we haven't, but we're aware the word is trickling in now. That's why we've,
Really?
yes.
And we fear that we don't know who may have caused this, but the perpetrators could very well be within your own castle, which is why we needed to speak with you in secrecy.
Well, my castle is very secure. Why would you have reason to think anybody in the castle is involved?
Well, the Baron's castle was quite secure as well,
Yes.
and look what happened there.
The reputation of certain individuals in this town is in question. That's part of the reason we're here.
Well, I mean, there are some individuals in this town that have questionable reputations, that's for sure.
So we were dispatched to
To see what we can find out here.
to do a little investigation.
I'm imagining that you are now meeting with the mayor, and Josh's character looks very regal and eloquent, and he says, "We were dispatched." And then he pauses, and he looks over to his right at his buddy, and he goes, "Dispatched!" and then he turns back to the mayor. as
Come
if
on,
nothing
that was good.
happened.
That was good.
That was good. I agree that was good, but it's just a funny image.
So what kind of what do you need from me? I don't have any business with the Baron. What can I do to help?
Well, first off,
What brings you to our town if you're investigating a murder?
There were certain,
There was evidence that might have implied certain people here were involved, and we're doing an investigation of that.
Okay, I mean I wouldn't be surprised. There are some unsavory people in town. We work hard to keep it safe. We've got a good group of guards here and to protect all the citizens, especially the ones here in the castle.
Do you know of anybody who had any kind of personal relationship with the Baron, good or bad? Or anybody who would have liked to have seen him dead?
Enemies of the Baron?
who profit from the Baron's death?
I don't know all the Baron's personal relationships. I mean, I know that Abraham in particular, he's not a very good person. I wouldn't be surprised if he had something to do with it. He's caused trouble before.
Like what sort of trouble?
Oh, he keeps a very bad element in the inn. He doesn't keep a tight enough rein on people down there. I think some of the people that stay with him are thieves. They prey on the people that come into town.
Oh, like that gambler guy.
The gambler guy, yeah, he's.
Wilford.
I don't know his name, but he's exactly the type of person that we're talking about. We have a good loyal person that works for us. His name is Oscar, and Oscar keeps us informed of some of those people that are there at the inn causing trouble.
So you feel Oscar is quite a loyal individual?
Oscar's a good guy. He works very hard for us.
Elric looks to his colleagues, but subtly shakes his head no, suggesting perhaps that it's not at the right time to bring up Oscar's infidelities just yet.
Yeah. Anybody else that you would give pause to?
Well, again, why am I telling you all of this? It sounds like I better put my guard onto an investigation here in town.
We've been asked to do a little research, not to involve everybody, alert everybody. They don't want to make a big deal about the Baron's murder because.
Does Peltar have any suspects in this town?
It'll destabilize the entire region.
Does he have any suspects?
There's evidence that pointed to
Certain people.
Like who?
There was
I'm in charge of this town. And if anybody's going to know, I want to know.
At this point,
I've got a responsibility to over 150 townspeople to protect.
Although our concern is for your safety as well. The more you know, the greater the chance that you yourself might be put in danger. For the moment, we think it may be better to keep that information quiet. Perhaps as well, if one of the suspects reveals something that would allow us to determine who that killer is, then that is information we want to keep as quiet as possible. I'm sure you can understand, just for your own
Okay,
sake.
yeah, I understand perfectly. You can't be too careful with this kind of situation.
And of course, then I'm sure you would understand that if you were able to keep quiet our purpose in the town, at least for a few days, allowing us a chance to help gather information, that would certainly be appreciated as well.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be about 2 more days until our next correspondent makes their way through this part of the island from Restonford. And if your story checks out, then you will have my complete cooperation.
Okay.
Where are you based right now? Where are you staying? At the inn?
There's
That
no
was,
other.
yeah, that's the first place we found on our way into town. So
Okay.
Frank sent us there.
You did, huh?
Yeah. We came in, it was after dark. He said that was the quickest place to get to him.
Yeah, they reported that they escorted some strangers in town. I didn't know it was you guys. I should have figured. Okay. Is there anything else I can do for you right now?
Well, we're trying to get an understanding of the people in the town and their personalities. Are there factions that have enemies? Is there an assassin's guild within the town that you're aware of?
I've heard rumors, and we do our best to protect townspeople, but there is nobody in this town that's been victim of an assassin.
Well, you certainly wouldn't want to practice your craft in the place where you eat or sleep.
The question, we're not thinking of victims, we're thinking of actual people doing the deed versus one being.
Well, my point is that if there were an assassins group operating in this town, they haven't assassinated anybody in this town.
Do you-
I would know if they did. I know everybody in this town.
Do you or your people, are you and your people mostly aware of the comings and goings of others within leaving the town and coming in?
Absolutely. My guard is very meticulous, and we keep very close watch on everything that goes on in this town. We have guard. You probably remember when you walked into town. We have guards set up at the town outskirts on the roads.
Yes. So I guess that makes it different. He was found Monday morning. Who from your town was potentially in
Traveling far away, unaccounted for.
Restonford over the weekend or returning sometime Monday?
Well, we keep track of what's going on in this town, but we certainly don't keep track of who comes and goes at any particular time. And people come and go all the time.
Sure.
It's
I
not a
was wondering
prison.
If you know
It's-
of anybody who'd gone to Restonford for the weekend or something, who had business to do.
I mean, I think Abraham was up there.
Do you know?
He makes frequent trips to
Does Harper ever leave town?
no, he's lucky he could find his way back to his bedroom.
Harper seems to be in a position of power, and yet
Oh, he's a very powerful holy man. People
But-
come from all over for his healing powers.
he's very well respected.
Yes.
Who's the next person that would replace Harper if Harper were to have been unseated from his position? Does he have a second in
Well,
command?
I imagine it would be Harmon and Basil. who-
Which of the two? Surely only one can succeed Harper.
I suppose it would be Harmon. But I don't think Harmon is really seasoned or experienced enough to run an entire church by himself. He's a good administrator.
What's his ethical character like? Would you say
Well, they're very good people over there.
they are?
Sure. They're not evil gods by any means.
Hey, we're going to that show tonight. Is it any good?
At the theater?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people come from all over the island to go see that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll have a good time there.
We stopped in and we talked to, what was that fellow's name?
Balfour?
Balmaro.
Balmoral? Well,
Yeah.
Balmoral is it's his theater.
Right. He had this beautiful golden lute there. Does he play it well? We were going to talk to him. And
Yeah.
he had it there, and it was such a big prominent
Yeah,
thing.
he's a talented musician.
Does anybody else play it as well as he does, or?
I wouldn't know. I'm not terribly fond of that man, and I wouldn't get too friendly with him.
Why? What makes you cautious around the theater owner?
Well, I don't know if you could really trust him. I don't know what kind of element he keeps over there in the theater, all that magic kind of stuff. And
Does he keep with thieves as well, like Abraham, or is it more people who practice witchcraft?
well, he's friends with Abraham, so if he's friends with Abraham, I'm not terribly impressed with his friends.
Well, thank you very much. I assume that if when we come back, that we won't have any trouble getting to see you again.
Well, quite the contrary. I expect you to come back. I expect you back here tomorrow morning to give me an update on on the status of your investigation, and then we can start collaborating on seeing if there is any danger within this town.
All right.
Can you promise for the moment to keep this information as confidential as possible just to yourself?
Absolutely, no one shall know.
We thank you very much for your
I'll make sure that the guards give you free reign of the town, and as long as you don't disrupt the operations of this town or create any panic. I certainly don't want you spreading this information around either.
Of course not. It's not in our interest as well.
We heard a group of merchants came through earlier and were passing the word, so we wanted to make sure that you knew before.
Is that right? I'm not very terribly happy about that. Do you know who those people were?
No, we just know that they passed through Abraham's.
Abraham, huh? Well, that figures. He's just a lot of trouble all the time. He's going to get himself arrested if he keeps this kind of trouble up.
Sure.
Who's the third?
And the Ruby the Lute String and some of the tied Abraham. I forget what it
Whoever. Okay. A button or something.
was. It was a button,
Alright.
red button.
Got it.
Okay, so is there anything else we could do for you?
I think that's it. Thank you. Like I said, thank you very much again.
All right.
Are you going to inform? Excuse me. Ask you and Armax of this, or
At the moment, no.
Okay.
I'm well experienced in protecting this town. I'm going to
Well,
decide
we appreciate your
how,
discretion.
but I will use my judgment as to who to tell, when to tell. I trust my guard very, very much. They're not assassins. I would know if they were.
There's one more thing.
Okay.
There's one more thing.
Kevhorn?
Kevhorn?
Kev Horn. Chris.
Hello?
Kevhorn? You're on mute.
Yeah, there we go. No, it's just my computer's so slow, it takes a while to get off.
Oh, gotcha. Kevhorn, perhaps if you might be so kind as to cast the blessing of your god to detect, to see beyond which is visible from the normal eye, that might assist in our investigation.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
Detect evil, maybe?
Oh, I got that, yes. I was holding on to that for a special occasion, just like now.
And then you can walk out of the barn and you can instantly look at the 12 guards as well and all the castle staff. Works out well.
I shall detect evil. Do I have to roll or anything? But I gotta roll a dice or no? No?
Josh,
What's this dice stuff?
Josh is looking up the spell. I don't think you have to roll, but we're going to confirm.
No, it says components, VSM range, 12 feet, casting time, 1 round, duration, 1 turn, a half turn per level, saving throw, none, area effect, 1 inch path.
So 1 round is 60 seconds and 1 turn is 6 rounds? Or 10 rounds? 10 rounds.
Yeah, it's a minute.
So it's a minute plus half a minute. So you have a minute and 30 seconds of detect evil once you cast it. You
Yeah, it's
have
5 rounds. 5 rounds are 5 minutes per level of the cleric.
Yes, it is in there.
Oh, so you have 5 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
You get 1.5 turns.
Oh,
I guess
all
a
right.
turn is 5. I don't know.
So it takes a minute and a half to cast, and then he has it for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
It has a path of detection.
Adam, go to bed.
Oh, I'm listening.
Okay.
And then it says at the bottom, the spell has a path of
1 inch wide in the direction in
1
which the
inch
cleric
wide
is facing.
direction the cleric is facing. It requires the use of the cleric's holy symbol as a material component, which I'm holding before him. So I'm going to hold my scroll, just fiddling with it.
Oh, that's right. Your holy symbol is Krull from the movie Krull.
Yes, yes, but the edges are black.
It's the glaive.
The glaive. Oh, you're right. It's the glaive. Holy moly. Krull was the planet, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was a great movie.
It was great. How did they ever make a sequel to that? Come on. Big
Seriously.
giant Chinese star you throw in the back.
They painted a world with that movie.
They did. They did a good job with that.
All right, and poof, I detect evil. I mumble under my breath, mumble, 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 evil. Mumble, 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 evil.
Ah. Please
Okay.
mute it when you go to the bathroom,
And I look at everybody intently.
Elric is evil.
I go evil.
All right,
Just kidding.
all right, Chris. I just
tell our party members.
Chris, I just sent you a message with the results.
Right. Did you do that? You didn't do it in chat. You did it in. Hold on. You did it in my hangout.
Alright, I guess we're being shown the door at this point.
Yeah, well, she opens the door and calls over the guards. Askew and Armox are no longer around, but the 6 guards are still there.
And I'm sure that, Kevlar, you look at the 6 guards while the 5 minutes are counting down to see if they are evil.
Correct. I do.
Conveniently, the captain of the guard and his wife are not in sight of the rain.
I'm very curious, right? A guy who's so concerned about the security of his mayor.
Yeah.
Not
Just go on to the mayor and
Hey,
let six
hey,
strangers,
guys.
600 strangers.
alone in a bar.
Well, Chris.
Just want to let you know, Arneson don't really get a good reading on, but some of the other evil individuals are the guards. Just let me know.
Don't whisper now. Wait until later.
Mike, I sent you a message.
Oh boy. Now
Sometimes I should do a ear noise check.
stuff is happening, people.
I have to find my probability on that one. Hold on, okay.
I start walking towards the portcullis.
Yeah, as do
Briskly.
Elric starts exiting as well.
Oh boy. There's dice. What is this?
I fail.
Okay. All right, so
Oh,
the guards escort all of you back to the portcullis.
Alright, we're showing to the
And
door.
Oh, by
And,
the way, before we continue on our movement back, many of us, when the news was being broken to the mayor, were examining the mayor's face and body movements for any sort of sign or hint of a reaction that was not surprise. Did she react in a surprised manner? Did her eyebrows go back?
Did we buy it?
Yeah, was it believable?
Streetwise check.
She seemed pretty surprised.
Okay.
Alright. I think it's time for us to sit down, run through
No.
the suspects. Oh, we're not yet, sorry.
As you're leaving, your friend Frag, the orc guard,
I like Fred.
I do too.
he whispers to meet me in front of the money changer at 7 o'clock tonight, and walks away.
Do we know where the money changer is?
No.
Frag, wait! Where's the money
We'll find
changer?
out. We'll find out.
He did tell you the name of the money changer, though, so
Yeah,
he
we-
probably assumes that you know already.
Yeah,
Olata.
whole lot of money.
Olata.
So it's about dinner time now. You figure you've got about an hour before the doors open to theater.
So the doors open at 7, we're supposed to meet at the money changers at 7.
Yeah, where is the money changer? Are we going to be able to make it to there and to the theater?
Well, I think we gotta find out. We gotta
Well,
find that out.
through the thriving metropolis of Garroten, I don't know. But
Let's go back
if the
to
traffic lightens up, maybe.
Let's go back to the
Let's go back to the inn and get some food.
Yeah, we'll grab some food and ask
I
about.
thought you were gonna grab.
That's a,
No,
that's a
what's
dwarf
her name?
talking.
Oh, Restal, Citral,
All right, so
the flirty girl.
So you walk into the inn, and the as usual, Will Fong is at one of the small tables, shuffling his cards, doing his tricks. Captain Basmar is sitting there next to him, throwing down a couple drinks. But the unusual thing is, in the corner, at the big table, you see Abraham is sitting there with Balmoro and another man, and they're obviously having a very serious discussion. And they look up and see you.
We're guessing that's Martin.
What does the other man look like? druidic in nature, wearing sort of clothes that are nature-colored greens and subdued browns, maybe?
He's wearing a white shirt with brown suspenders and brown pants.
Does he look like a farmer?
He looks like a farmer.
Or his hands all calloused?
You can't see his hands.
Oh, okay.
Can we tell there's dirt under his fingernails?
So
Yeah,
you could see
by the way-
Abraham points to you guys and says something to the other men, and he stands up and starts walking over toward you.
I guess we go see him.
Wait, one question. I'm looking at the distance from the castle to the inn, and it seems to me you could probably walk that distance in about 2 minutes. Would that mean that our cleric has about 2 minutes left, or 2.5 minutes left on detect evil?
Well, each square is about 30 feet, so that's
That's pretty good.
250 feet.
That's pretty.
It's two soccer fields. That's not bad. For 5 minutes?
Well, we had to get out of there too. We scanned Arneson, we scanned all the people, we talked to Frag. We got out. I don't know that we're gonna get there.
You're not going to get there in time.
Okay.
If
Did
you
we pass
if
any
you
other
when you
towns?
cast your spell, if you told me that it was your intention to rush right over there as soon as you could, then maybe you would have had a chance. But
Okay. Did we pass any other townspeople
no.
from the castle along that road during the duration that the spell was in effect? And
Nope.
did we pass any other guards,
Nope.
guardians at the port?
What does Frag give us?
Did we pass any woodland creatures so we could get their alignment?
Did Frag give off a positive or negative for detective? Chris, was Frag evil or good?
Who?
Frag, the guard who talked to us, told us to meet us in front of the money changer at 7.
I just got a general sense of some of the guards were evil.
But what about Frag?
He was not able to discern the specific guards based on the amount of the grouping that they were together and the short amount of time that you had walking past them.
But
Just
didn't
because
he-
they're evil doesn't mean they're.
It's not like they glow or
Yeah, they do from the eyes of the person casting the spell, don't they?
Yeah.
Maybe not at first level.
Yeah. It's detect evil, man. It's like light. You're saying the light
All right.
spell doesn't work differently with your first level versus.
Maybe he did it a little wrong, and he didn't get the full effect.
I
Maybe
grumble,
there's someone or
punish, mumble.
something.
It just says it will radiate evil.
Oh, I radiated.
Radiation's invisible. Sorry, bud.
Did you order the cheese last night at the inn? Because you're radiating evil.
Yeah, the smell.
Radiating something.
all right. So
The spell is
Abraham
ineffective.
gets over to the party and says, "I'd like to talk to you guys in private."
Abraham,
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. Do you have a couple minutes to meet me in my office?
We do.
What's for dinner?
So I'll get you dinner.
Thank you.
Because we got to hustle. We got to beat the show.
Oh, you got plenty of time for the show.
The
Don't
guy
worry
in the
about
show
that.
Right there at the table, I think.
Yeah. No,
So one of the boys is there. Who's the other one besides James?
Arthur?
The other one that Balmar.
Oh, Valmar. That's right.
Said Balmar, have Rillis get 6 meals for the visitors and have them bring them to my office. We're going to be sitting in there with Martin and Balmaro. Okay.
all right. We're rather than calling this another man, just call him Martin from the start.
Oh, by the way, Kevlar, did you learn 2 detect evils last night, or just the 1? What are your other 2 spells that you got under your sleeve right now?
You're asking a lot, Bob.
I know.
Hold on.
Purify heat?
Yeah, detect magic, command, and cure lightning.
What did I think? Your light one's command and light.
Yep.
Okay.
So
No more detect.
Abraham takes you into the hallway where the rooms are. He says, "Come on, follow me." Walk down the hall. You turn the corner where if you continue down the hall, you get to your rooms. If you walk straight down the hall, you eventually get to a door. He takes a key out. He unlocks the door. You guys are behind Abraham, and the other 2 men are behind you. So Abraham walks, and then you're in a short hallway that goes 10 feet down and turns to the south. So you're just making essentially a big square around the dining room.
Gotcha.
He stopped at the corner where it turns south. There's a door to the north wall and a door straight in front of you. He turns to the door of the north wall. He stops for a minute and he appears to just be thinking. Then he takes his key out. He unlocks that door. He said, "Come on in. This is my room."
We prepare for action.
We pay attention to the keychain as well, so we can know which key it is if we ever need that key in the future.
Those of you who are skilled with magic, as he was standing there thinking, do you think he could have cast a spell?
I was thinking that.
So this is a 15 by 15 foot room. He said, "I apologize for meeting in such a small and informal place, but we really needed to talk privately."
Does it look like an office? Is there a chair?
No, it's his bedroom. So there's a couple chairs around. Have a seat wherever you can find
This is gonna
room.
get freaky.
It doesn't look like a killing chamber. There's no like chains on a wall.
I just use the floor lined with plastic.
There's a huge double bed in the northeast corner. A painting of a tiger hangs next to the bed. Below the painting is a chest. In the center of the room, there's a padded leather chair. The east wall has a shelf containing 20 books. On the west wall, a desk sits under the window whose shutters are closed and barred.
Nice room.
Okay, thank you. I presume you guys have already met Balmero. He gives you a friendly nod. And this other man is my good friend Martin.
We presume?
Martin shakes your hand, says,
Pleasure to meet you.
"I'm pleased to meet you."
So what's this about?
One of the third guys who have-
Well, I got I got some very discerning news today from Restonford, where you men had just come from. The Baron was murdered.
What?
Really?
Did
Oh
you-
my goodness!
Wait.
Did you men know that when you came into town last night?
Do we have to roll bluff for that, or streetwise or something?
This is AD&D. There's no rolling for things like that. You gotta act it, baby. No, we came in from a long day travel.
We just came in from
Travel
travel.
Rumsford?
How?
What
Was it?
are the details?
Martin's shaking his head like, these guys are putting you on. He said, I don't know for sure, but it seems like a pretty big coincidence that you guys came from Restonford. You started an investigation. You certainly talked to a lot of people in town today, and next thing you know, we heard the Baron was murdered. You guys are here for a reason.
We might be.
Well, we're waiting for dinner, and we're here to see a show.
Abraham and Balmero said you guys asked a lot of questions, and you specifically asked about the Assassin's Guild. Let's put it all out on the table.
Well, doesn't
We're-
everybody ask about the Assassin's Guild when they
Okay,
come
tell us
in?
what you know about the Assassin's Guild.
We're here to check the tags underneath these mattresses.
Night, guys.
Good
Good
night.
night, Amy.
You get that door for you?
Fine, Amy.
Yeah.
There's no tags on these mattresses. We're gonna have to go downtown.
Okay, put it all on the table. Tell us what you know about the Assassin's
She
Guild.
moved out this morning.
I just saw her here. What was going on with that?
What'd you want under the bed?
You know those tags on mattresses that say "Do not remove under penalty of law"? I cut one of those off.
Oh,
I got a real bad temper.
no.
It does seem to me, as an aside, guys, I'm sure we would have had this conversation sooner. It's so obvious that somebody planted this evidence to incriminate all three. Like, they could not have possibly left these things themselves. They're not that stupid. So who would hate all three of them? Who's the one person who hates all three of them?
Arneson so far.
What are you guys?
All right.
What are you guys
Tell-
talking about planting stuff? And Balmero says you guys were asking about my lute string. Does that have anything to do with anything?
Tell us what happened to it. We'll tell you what we know.
I told you what happened to it.
No, you didn't. You told us Wilbur broke it, but what happened to the string?
I don't know. Wilbur took it. I imagine he threw it away. I can call him in, and I'm sure he's eating dinner, getting ready for the show tonight. I don't want to upset him, but
It was
if you
found
think
in-
it's that important, then
it was found in the Baron's chamber.
wow. He just has a surprised look on his face.
Where were you on Sunday and Saturday, Balmar?
I have the night off.
No, I'm
I
talking to
spent
Stable Boy. No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
You had the night off.
I had the night off. I don't have an alibi.
You didn't see anybody on those 2 nights that can say where you. What did you do on those 2 nights? That
Those
you
are
were
my nights to relax,
Were you
and
here?
rest.
Were you in town?
I was in town,
in your room all night,
in my room, walking around, studying.
doing errands, buying food for the week, shopping perhaps, so that somebody else saw you.
Nope. I work hard all week, and
Work hard, play hard.
that's my time to rest. And these 2 guys know that. They both nod their heads. Yeah. Are you implying that I'm a suspect? I guess you are, since you're telling me that my loot string was found at the murder scene.
Would you put your name on the list given that evidence?
Yeah, I would. And I don't have an alibi.
Abraham, you were seen in,
Actually, a man came and played the loop for 2 hours in Rutherford.
Restenford.
Damn it! Getting so much closer.
what's the Lord's name?
Baron Grellis.
Gross.
Baron Drill.
A man traveling clothes appeared at a local tavern where he had a few drinks and played the lute for the people in the tavern. He stayed a few hours and left. The lute had unusual golden strings.
That sounds like my loot, but I wasn't in Restenford this weekend.
So when did the string break?
Last week. A week ago.
Did anybody else have access to your loot?
Does anyone know how to play the lute?
Well, I mean, I'm telling you, Wilbur broke it. I don't know how, the circumstances that he had it. Maybe he was playing around with it. Maybe he was cleaning my office. He just came to me. He's a good kid. He's always been very honest with me. He told me he broke the string
Do you remember when that was?
a week ago.
A week ago.
He did seem distraught when we brought up the string.
You talked to Wilbur?
A little bit.
Maybe he was
Do
more distraught
you
about
think he has something to do with this?
You hope not.
I don't think Wilbur's ever left this town. I don't think he would be able to make a trip all the way to Restenford.
Is there anything about Wilbur that he could be intimidated into giving somebody your loot temporarily? Does he have
The girl, he gave the loot to the girl.
Well, maybe.
That's why he won't talk about what happened.
What girl are you talking about?
The garden girl.
Olga.
Holga? His girlfriend.
Kind of.
Lady friend.
I've seen the way Holga looks at him. I think that's his girlfriend.
And she works in the castle.
But you know, the boys, they like to poke some fun at him. It's understandable.
Should we switch gears to Abraham?
Do you know if Holga has any skill with the loot?
No, she wouldn't know anything about. All of a sudden, there's a knock at the door. Hold on, who's there? It's Balmar. All right, they open the door. They bring in your meal. Thank you, Balmar. Okay, you guys can have your dinner. Let's continue having our conversation.
Yeah,
The
I'm not
dinner
gonna spend.
spoons and don't eat it.
I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on my dinner.
Wait, didn't one of you guys learn to purify food and water?
No.
Oh.
Doesn't the dwarf have rock cut? Like
Yeah.
in,
Dwarf's old summer.
I thought you guys liked Rillis's cooking.
We did, but we're more involved in what we're doing now.
Okay.
Abraham, one of your red leather buttons was found there.
I'm missing a red leather button from my vest. He opens up his coat. This is my vest, and I do have red leather buttons. I don't know how it would have been there.
Wait,
you were also seen in Restenford?
I have no idea when I lost it. It could have been a week ago. It could have been 2 weeks ago.
When were you last in Restenford?
You haven't taken off that?
A few weeks ago. I told you that already.
That's not what we've been told.
What were you told?
That you go to...
You had to stock up on beer.
A man came into town to buy a few barrels of beer and had them shipped to his inn in Garroten.
That wasn't me.
He wore a distinctive red vest with ornate red buttons.
That sounds like me, but it wasn't me. I was here. Right here in this room.
Can somebody vouch for you?
No.
So you
No,
managed an
I
entire-
take Sunday nights off. My staff will tell you. I always take Sunday nights off.
So for an entire day on Sunday, you stayed in your room How did you eat? Certainly, they had to bring food to your room so that you could eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No.
I was napping,
Well,
sitting
most-
under the door.
A lot of the staff has the day off. I go to the kitchen and get my own food.
But surely there's a cook who's preparing food for the week for your future guests. There was no cook in the kitchen at the time you went to prepare.
You
your
just
food?
never can let it go. He's not going to give you any more information than that.
You certainly understand, Abraham, how absurd that sounds.
You must have gone to the bathroom once.
Yeah, didn't you go to the bathroom?
You can maybe. I don't remember. It was just another Sunday night. I don't know who saw me or who didn't see me.
Is there another inn in town?
No, this is the only inn.
Okay.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
Abraham,
I-
I suggest you work harder on providing proof of your alibi. I mean, if you are implicated in something like this.
All right, we've come clean with you what we know. Tell us about the Assassin's Guild.
Just while we're in here, did we go downstairs to get to this room?
No, this was down the hall. This was past the end. There was a door at the end of the hallway where your guys' rooms are, and it was on the other side of the door. There's another small hallway, and that's there's a couple rooms there. That's probably where all the staff lives.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody?
Any.
Yeah.
Tell us what you both know about the Assassin. All three of you know what the Assassin's Guild.
Well, they kind of look at each other and say, well, we don't know for sure who's in it. I think that some of the guys, and I told you this already, I don't trust Oscar, I don't trust Fillmar, I don't trust Wilfong, and I'm not even too sure about Captain Basmar. I have a power. I can detect evil. I used it on all 6 of you guys. And I know that you guys are all okay. There's no evil in your party. But I know those guys have some evil in them.
I'm a little bit evil.
Funny, they don't look evil.
You guys are all neutral good. Except for Mike, who's neutral.
I was neutral
Yeah.
evil.
You neutral good today.
Oh wait, were you neutral evil originally?
Oh yeah, you are neutral.
Oh yeah, the dwarf went for neutral evil.
Yeah, Jeff, I thought you were just a
Yeah, he said I suspected there was some evil in you, and I'm changing his.
Answer.
He's not backing up. I just messed
No.
that little fact up.
Of course.
I'm eating the food right now.
But all right, Balmoral's. I'm pretty sure there is a Assassin's Guild in this town, and I don't doubt for a minute that they had something to do with my golden loot string. Now that you said something,
Who is part of the Assassin's Guild, or who do you suspect?
I don't know. I mean,
Who would benefit
I-
most from setting the
I
two
trust.
up?
Who would benefit the most?
Yes.
Who do you have any enemies? People who want to see you out of town?
I imagine the mayor would benefit. I mean, she'd probably be able to. Her power would probably be able to grow.
Why is that? Are you
Well, because she's the
preventing
leader of this city, and if there's disarray in other cities, I suppose that she'd be able to make some kind of claim. I mean, I guess not while the Baron's family is alive, but I guess it's conceivable. And Abraham's, I'll tell you somebody else who I don't trust. It's the groundskeeper over at the church.
Bill Park?
Yeah.
He didn't
Har-
run us the right way either.
Harper seems to be okay with him, but I don't trust him.
Tell us about Harper.
Why don't you trust the groundskeeper? Is there something?
Because he's evil. I can detect him. I can detect evil in him.
How are you able to detect evil? Or do you
I've
have clear
got
vision?
certain mind powers that I can use.
Ah, I think I've heard of your kind. Those with powers far beyond those of mortals.
Is Arneson evil?
Arnis is evil. Yes, I don't trust her. But that stays between us. I can't let that get out of this room
Wait a minute.
because I don't know where. Martin and Balmoral are my closest friends. We will all protect each other with our lives. But there are many spies in this town, and who knows who's going to report to who. I told you this last night. I don't doubt for a minute that Oscar spies for the mayor, as well as my bartender, Glammy.
Smiley?
I'm curious about one thing. Kevlorn, you cast Detect Evil on the mayor, and you did not detect.
He had mixed mixed.
No, that was the guards.
Wow. No, I thought that.
Correct. There was no evil emanating from the mayor.
How do we reconcile these results?
Well, I mean, I didn't really detect evil with her, but she appears evil to me.
Ah.
There's something that I don't get it.
Did you use your powers to detect evil on the mayor then? Or
I
just
did.
She appears evil to you?
I used my powers and I can't get a reading on her, and it doesn't make sense.
Ah.
But I don't trust her anyways.
For the three other people that you mentioned, the captain and Wilfong and Oscar,
Mm-hmm.
are those people who you detected an aura, or it just
Yes.
doesn't make sense?
They are evil people.
Okay. In the
Do
future,
not trust them.
If you tell us that you've detected evil, please tell us if it's from your powers or it's from your powers of deduction.
Okay, fine.
Ask Q and Arnet or whatever, the captain of the guards are evil.
I didn't detect the evil with Wilfong.
Okay.
I just suspect he's evil, but I definitely detected the evil with those other three men, Captain, Oscar, and Fillmore.
I'm inclined
Do not
to
trust
believe
them.
you, Abraham, I have to say, I am inclined to believe the two of you. I feel that maybe someone is setting the two of you up.
Who's Martin?
Martin is the druid. We haven't met Martin yet.
No.
Well, you
And I feel
just
we
met
may
Martin
have made
now.
a terrible mistake in speaking with
Mayor.
the mayor.
Well, no, we got attacked later on.
Oh, you didn't tell the mayor any of this, did you?
We only told the mayor the news that the Baron is dead.
Oh my God!
And of course, she blamed you too.
If the
But
if
she
the
also-
mayor knows any of the assassins or works with the assassins, all your lives are in danger now. You have to be very careful.
We did get confirmation Oscar is indeed spying on you for her. She did confirm that with us. If that's any consolation, suspicion was correct.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that doesn't surprise me. I don't give him any useful information. I don't give any of those guys any useful information.
Tell us about Harper.
One other thing. She's not aware of the evidence that we just shared with you.
Yes.
But a courier will be here in 2 days, and I rather suspect at that point that evidence will be made known. So
Okay.
until then, you may be all right, but in 2 days' time, she may have excuse to capture you and bring you into her brig.
Well, but and Balmoral looks at Abraham. We know that she has it in for you. You better really watch your step.
Tell us about Harper.
Harper is our friend. We trust him.
Is
He's a little flaky.
Is it more of an act or is it all?
No, he's just a little flaky. But he's a very powerful man. I don't think he's in any danger. He's just too important. He has too many healing powers.
Tell us about his helpers, Harmon and Basil.
And Lothar.
There's
Both
a,
already talked about.
there's a third piece of evidence at the crime scene.
Another piece of evidence?
Yes.
What's that?
Ties Harper to the crime scene.
Huh. Now that's ridiculous. Harper wouldn't hurt anybody, and Harper doesn't leave the temple anyways. I'm sure he wasn't anywhere up there, but what's the evidence?
The red ruby eyes of his holy symbol.
One of them is missing.
Right. Okay.
So who could possibly have gotten access to your 3 items? Absconded with them, impersonated the 3 of you.
If they're assassins can sneak around and do just about anything. I wouldn't be surprised. I can't imagine how an assassin would have taken the loot string because Wilbur admitted that he broke it, and I really don't think Wilbur's an assassin.
Unless he's covering for his girlfriend.
I think she's in on it.
It seems to me like perhaps there's one theory: the assassins are based within the castle, run by the mayor. Holga, being a member of the castle, used her influence on Wilbur to get the loot string and possibly the loot.
And maybe Oscar or one of the other guys here
Took the button.
took your button.
I certainly have detected some evil in Holga.
And
She seems like a nice girl, but
using your powers.
using my powers.
Oh, that's interesting. And then could Lothar have taken the eye of the holy symbol, or
Or
could it-
Basil. Basil was the good one.
Basil was the nice one. Harmon was the
tricky one.
yes.
Harmon is
Wait, I
pretty
wonder if
gruff,
you-
but he's no evil person. He's
Joe,
very
Joe,
devoted
you
to.
said,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You said Olga's not evil?
Holga is evil.
Oh, she is evil. Okay.
According to Abraham, she's evil.
Okay. And that's the kid's girlfriend, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
I understand that those who have the powers of the mind, such as Abraham, are often distrusted. I think it is a great effort of trust on his part to share that secret with us.
Are you okay with that?
Well,
There's one thing I don't understand about all this.
Mhm.
I can definitely see why Abraham and Barbara would be framed, but why was Harper framed? Assuming that these are frame-ups.
Just credit the clerics.
It make, I mean,
For what purpose? Though? The clerics are a breeding ground for the castle to pick from.
The second in command, well, if there are two competing
action.
factions, and if one is gone, then they all go to the second faction, which is housed in the castle. And if the castle,
I don't know. I didn't get the impression that they were competing. It sounded more like it was kind of like the what you call it, the church was like a farm system for what goes on in the castle.
like a breeding ground for the fighter types who get picked off and then get put into the castle.
Yeah, that's the way I pictured it.
or I'm thinking maybe, I mean, the assassins probably don't like Harper because he's a good person. He's lawful, and he does have a lot of strong magic that might expose them. The trouble is, I don't think Harper really. Harper has the same suspicions as us that there's an assassins guild in town, and he doesn't like them. But I don't think he knows who any of them would be. That's something that the three of us
And
keep a close eye on.
He's so out of.
Touch with the common man.
Yeah, it seems like he spends all the time at the church and is not.
He's had a tough time lately, but don't let that fool you. He's still probably a more powerful spellcaster than anybody in this town. People come from all over the island when they have somebody that needs to be resurrected.
He does have.
Do you get resurrect?
He had a
Yeah.
wheel of spells. Do you remember one of the wheel of spells was resurrect? It was amazing.
Just so resurrect the Baron then.
We tried. It didn't work.
No, they'd speak with dead.
Oh, I thought they tried to resurrect as
They-
well.
Yeah, as a side note, they did try to resurrect him.
That would've
It
been
failed.
Hmm. Special poison that prevents resurrection.
And Balmro says, I have to excuse myself. I know this is important, but I've got to show.
Are we
And
safe
it's
to go-
almost 7 o'clock.
Are we safe to go to your show?
I would say that you're all in grave danger if Arneson is behind any of this and you share your knowledge with her. I would suggest that you all watch your back very carefully. And that's not a threat from me. That's I think just some good advice. Not knowing who you can trust and who you can't trust.
Martin, you
Where's-
have some colleagues who previously were retired adventurers. Do you think that we might hire them as bodyguards for the evening?
I don't think my friends or I are for hire, but we know how to take care of ourselves. I'll be happy to escort you to the play tonight. I know Lydia and her husband enjoy the play. I'm sure we could stop by and ask them. I don't know about the others. I don't want to bother
We
them.
do need to stop the money changer on the way. Where is that?
Well, you're never. The money change is going to
More
be.
important question.
Yeah.
Like, as you guys are former adventurers, we need to get some weapons to protect ourselves.
You guys don't have any weapons.
We all have one.
You came down here to do an investigation. You don't have any weapons. Just go to the weaponsmith. Buy some
Yeah,
from him.
They're pretty useless.
All right. I'll see what I have at back of my house to lend you, and we'll talk to Lydia's got a general store. Maybe she has some extra weapons.
Well done, Mike. That was a great question.
What's in the basement?
Yeah, why is there trapdoors in our room to the basement?
How'd you know about the trapdoors?
It doesn't take a genius to pick up the rug.
That's how I investigate people to find out whether they're evil or not. I have a little tunnel down there that goes to each door. It's barred from the below. Don't tell anybody. I can't spy on them. I don't use it to go up in there. I just use it to go there and and find out whatever I can about them.
You realize that is a little creepy, that you open up the door, you gaze in on your sleeping tenants, but I understand. It's
I don't
very-
open the doors.
Just proximity is enough?
Yeah, I can hear what's going on, and I use my mental powers.
That sounds a whole lot like spying to me.
Well, I'm not ashamed of spying on Oscar and Philmar and learning how evil they are. And by the way, how do you think I know that I can trust you guys? So I'm not too sure about the dwarf, but the rest of you guys.
We're not too sure about it either, so it's okay.
I know that you have to leave soon, but we also observed on our night here, after you had closed up the kitchen, Oscar snuck out into the nearby forest to the south, followed closely by the captain, and they had some sort of whispered conversation out there in the woods.
Well, I would suspect that they're assassins then. Who else would be going out in the middle of the night to have conversations? I don't have any proof, but they sound like they're people that you better watch out for. Don't turn your back to them.
How will it look for them, us having this meeting?
Nobody knows we're having this meeting. That's why we're having it in a private room. Well, except for Balamar. Balamar's, he's not going to tell anybody.
Do you have any evidence of the Assassin's Guild's existence? I mean, what have you seen that leads you to believe that it exists here?
Haven't seen anything. We just hear stories. I mean, it's kind of common. You guys are from the islands. You've heard our reputation.
I mean, it does seem like a perfect place. I mean, who would expect an Assassin's Guild right smack in the middle of this quaint little, perfect little fishing village?
Except for the fact that the name of the village has the word Garroten in it, which kind of detracts from their ability to be unnoticed.
All right, so Balmoral leaves. I expect to see you at the show tonight. And
Smart people.
Yeah.
sorry,
What was that?
They're called the Assassin's Guild, not like the Intelligentsia Guild.
Yeah, I think we've got an errand to run as
all
well.
right. Well, why don't we do this? Martin says. Why don't we all walk over together to? No, better yet. Why don't you guys wait here? I'll go get Lydia and her husband so that we don't arouse too much suspicion, and then we'll walk over to the theater for the show.
We have an appointment at the money changers at 7.
The
Where is
money- The money changer's not going to be open.
that? Where is it, please?
Do you think that Bragg could be setting us up for
Yeah.
an ambush?
The money. It's building number 26. So that is.
Give us the
Where's
change,
my-
Joel.
Where's my map?
He's navigating to his map.
It's near the docks.
Back at the bay.
West side, facing the water.
Watch the tide roll away. No, it's on the other side of the street, though.
I can't find my map.
Where the docks are, there's 25 is right next to the docks, and across the street is
Oh, we got to
26.
scroll down just a little bit on our map.
Yeah, we see it. It's right above the SH and Josh.
Yep. Which makes
Well,
sense.
interestingly enough, there appears to be 2 number 25s here.
Money changer for the sailors and money changer for the money changer.
Number 25 is boathouse.
Uh,
So I guess there's 2 boathouses.
but it's 26 is the money changer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here.
That's where Bess lives.
Bess, BESS.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. The money change is number 29. That's where Olata is.
A lot of.
Olata.
That's like the opposite end of town.
Yeah.
Where's 29?
A lot of vagina.
That low.
You guys are almost there.
Oh, I see.
What do you want with Olata? What does
Well-
Olata have to do with any of this?
Curiously enough, as soon as we advised the mayor that there was a assassination, one of the mayor's guards whispered to us that we should meet at the money changers at 7 o'clock this evening.
You know, conveniently, that's a pretty out of the way place.
Yeah, he probably just told you that because it was pretty far from any activity from the castle.
Perhaps Lydia and her husband and yourself might want to join us there briefly before we attend to the show. Perhaps we could find the killers themselves and ambush them.
I don't want to be seen with you guys right now until I get a better handle on what's going on and until I talk to my friends.
What if?
Not that I don't trust you, but these people are my brothers and sisters, and we trust each other first.
Do you guys have any business down in there? What else is near the money changer? Like possibly you guys go down there, hang out while we follow you, and a couple minutes later.
It's dark out, right? Everybody's going to bed. We're a farming community. The fishermen are in.
No,
Sorry, 7 o'clock?
you've got the infravision.
Daylight
Most of us
savings?
can't see so well.
I thought you were a fishing community.
I think most people.
The fishermen are out by 4:30 in the morning. Half of them are
Nobody
probably
goes
asleep already.
fishing, nobody goes on a pleasure cruise at night through
No.
eel-infested waters around here?
No, yeah, if you want the octopus to eat you,
He's the one good guy out of the
or the squids, whatever they are out there,
You don't have
it's,
to let
the waters can be pretty dangerous, especially at night.
Yet.
Yeah. Oh no, we don't even have a short bow.
You've never seen all of us have a melee weapon.
We all have armor class 10.
All right, so
Whatever they see.
Abraham says, okay, what are you guys gonna do? Martin is leaving. I'm gonna go get Lydia and her husband and go back to the theater.
Well, if your offer still stands to collect them and come back perhaps with a handful of weapons, and then we could go to the theater with you?
Well, I'm gonna have to talk to them and see how agreeable they are.
Abraham,
Yes.
are you familiar with Frag, and do you know if he's trustworthy?
I mean, at this point, I don't know which one of those guys to trust and which one's not to trust. I know the guards people, I think, have a lot more integrity than the clerics in the castle. I don't know which one Frag is. They're
He's the
an orc's an orc to me.
He's ugly half-orc.
with the big tooth and the.
He was on patrol last night. He came into your inn and checked in on us. He was the
Yeah,
leader.
but I don't know those guys personally. We don't really interact.
So you've never detected evil on
No.
those guys?
I don't like leaving a
Clue behind.
stone
I
unturned. Yeah.
agreed. And he could be the one
What
good guy.
what does he have to do with anything?
Well, he, as I mentioned a few
Yeah,
minutes
I'm
ago,
sorry.
After we told the mayor,
Yeah.
shared this information, not all of it, just the fact that the Baron was murdered, he approached us as we left the castle and whispered that we should meet him at 7 o'clock. He took cares not to be heard
Oh,
by his colleagues.
okay. Well, it's hard to imagine that he would want to meet you to assassinate you, because that seems like an awful open-ended invitation.
Mhm.
I suspect there's a chance maybe he does know something that he wants to tell you guys.
I agree. Well,
Yeah, he
I
would
think
probably
we're
be
gonna
taking
take the risk.
quite a chance in doing so. So
we agree. So
Yeah,
I think
we're
we
gonna
are
go.
going to make our appointment with him and then
watch-
we'll meet you at the...
just watch your back,
We will.
because that's down by the woods, and who knows who's hiding in there.
Mhm. All right, well, if we're going to make our appointments, we better leave now for the money changers. Everyone
Okay.
agree?
We
how,
will.
How was your dinner, Gord? As being the only one in the party who actually ate.
I ate 3 people's.
I will try to convince Lydia and her husband to come to the playhouse, and we will have your back there.
We thank you.
And then after that, we'll talk more tomorrow.
Thank you, Martin.
And Abraham says, I'm going to stay here at the inn. I've got business here, and the last thing I want to do is to get a little more mixed up with you guys until I know what's... Arneson has it in for me as it is. That's the last thing I need, is to look like I'm teaming up with you guys in some kind of investigation.
Too late. All right,
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. All right, are we
All
gonna
right.
go there as one large group? We gonna split up. What are we gonna do?
I think a little bit of stealth would be in order.
I'm
Have
going
our
to take
sneaky people
I'm going to take a break now.
Okay,
'Cause I'm going to give Naomi a call.
All right, we
For a
just
couple
learned
minutes.
a ton of stuff. We could.
we'll
Maybe
keep
hash
talking
it out.
as you go.
I will turn off the
Oh,
recorder.
Let it go, let it go. We'll just, we'll keep talking. Thanks, though. All right, so what's our... What, he's got to call us gal.
She did 3 hours of training up in
that's right.
Boston.
That's right.
Or a full day and just get back.
All right, what do you guys think over there? Guys online.
Is there anybody else bothered by the fact that these people have no evidence whatsoever about the Assassin's Guild?
If you're a really good Assassin's Guild, but I agree, Abraham's been in this town for years and years, and the adventurers are outsiders, though.
Yeah, the adventurers are outsiders. Martin, as a druid, is true neutral, so I don't think he could be wrapped up in
I feel like he's trustworthy.
right, which kind of implies the rest of his party is as well.
And the fact that he was willing to share with us that he has psionic powers,
That was Abraham,
I know, which means that he's just shared with us a big secret.
unless he lied about the whole thing.
Yeah, because Abraham, the way he knows about people is he eavesdrops on them. You know, and I don't know if I fully trust the detect evil that he claims.
Well, his findings did match up to what Kevlorn saw.
Yeah. Although
That all the mean people are bad.
Well, that the mayor was not after Crest for a little bit.
the working theory that Bob and I chitter-chattered in whispers here is that Holga took the loot, along with, I guess, 2 accomplices,
To pretend to be.
went up there and filled the role of Abraham, Harper, and...
Or it could be one person just coming in every hour,
No, they said they saw 3 people, yeah.
pretending to be the lootist and the beer buyer and
Whatever Harper's...
holy man.
Yeah.
But then Holga managed to steal it, and then Oscar stole the button, and either Lothgar or Harmon stole the eye and fed it to the Assassin's Guild. And there's another interesting point. The Baron's dead, but his children, his progeny, continue onward. Then doesn't the mayor of this town still have the same power problem unless one of the children are in cahoots with the mayor?
You're reading too far into it at this point.
Or just weakens the power of.
Or just
Or
weakens
the-
the power?
The murder of the Baron was just to frame the 3 people from Garroten.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, that's true too. Maybe they're not trying to make their town...
I can't see it being planned by all 3. I can't see the 3 of them working together
working
to
together.
plan it.
But then again, if you're an Assassin's Guild and you're organizing this, why would you even leave proof in the first place? Why didn't you just kill them and not leave any proof?
So you're
Let's
really
set them up.
But you could just assassinate those 3. My God, you're an Assassin's Guild. Is it just that you don't...
Just stop.
What?
Bob, stop being so smart.
Well, the other point may be that
Don't you think
there's
the
something to
writers-
be gained by assassinating
War.
the Baron, creates political disruption in the area.
Mhm.
Arnis has a not insignificant force right now at her disposal.
Mhm.
Joel specifically said battle clerics, numerous guards, war horses. Maybe there's more to it.
Just seems to me that it would be real if really these 3 were in their way. Why frame them? Just kill them too. You know, like Abraham, we could have killed Abraham 3 times over. We've only been here for 24 hours. Mikey could have killed Abraham last night 3 times.
Yeah, but it takes you off the path.
Or maybe the argument is if you're an Assassin's Guild, you don't poop where you eat, and you don't assassinate people in your town. I could buy that one. Maybe that's a smarter one.
Maybe they just filled a hit.
So here's the question I have: are we on the right path? Are these 3 trustworthy, or is there an even greater storyline? Who wrote this module? Was it Gary Gygax? Because then it's more clever. If it was Steve Niles or Doug Cook, I can't remember any more names. That's all I got in my memory.
It was Zeb Cook.
Was it Zeb Cook? Oh, okay. My memory's not as
I think so.
good on that one.
No, I mean I think it was, I don't know. Zeb might have been the nickname. All right.
So what are we going to do for this money changer? So we all agree we want to go down there, right?
I think we all want to go down there.
Do we have our stealthy guys go into the shadows, and then our not so stealthy guys tromp right up with our stealthy guys ready to assist? Is that the way to go?
I think we have to go.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely have to go.
So Elfane and Eldraine are our stealthiest. The elf and the Elven Ranger and the Elven Thief. So I think those are our guys who try to get into the shadows, do what they can.
But don't you think that our absence would be noticed?
Yeah, that's what I was going to worry about.
Well, you guys would be there, like when the person goes for the hostage negotiation talk, and then they're talking, and then all of a sudden the bad guy notices a red dot on their chest, and that's the buddy in the trees. You guys are the buddies in the trees.
When they ask where you are, we'll just give them the classic answer: bad dates.
Bye.
Dates. Indiana Jones, I love it.
Bad dates.
And then I imagine that walking either from there or to there, we're going to get jumped. Because once we have some muscle backup from retired veteran adventurers,
We're not going to get back. Not in time.
not in time, I agree. Oh, but now being meta. I'm sorry. That's not appropriate.
So we just walk there with our swords drawn? Well, we have to make it there. It's the way back that we have to worry about. You know, to meta a little more.
Oh, that's good. Or we get attacked in our rooms in the middle of the night.
Where are they going to get attacked there? Either frag.
Frag.
There's
Frag,
three
yeah.
three options. Frag is going to meet us there. He's going to be alone. He's going to give us information we need.
Mm.
Least likely outcome, I think.
Yes.
2, he is good. He intends to meet us there, get us information. The lot of us get ambushed there.
Yep.
3, he's a vile, rotten bitch, and he's just waiting there, and we could all say, Archer Prop!
Oh wait, and then there's another variant of your number 2, which is he is there. We go up to him. He is good. He says, "I have to tell you, duh!" And then an arrow appears right in his chest, and he falls forward into our arms.
That could be too. Very, I don't know. Lots of movies have done that, I'm sure. Trying to think of one though.
So it's in my in all likelihood it's 2 or 3.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm still liking 5 or whatever that variant was. I think frag is not long for this world.
No. I think that Arneson would not have had time to tell Frag to arrange the ambush.
Oh, from
There
the
wasn't
barn.
enough mechanism in place
Yeah,
or time to arrange the ambush.
that's a good point. So he's only basing his reaction on the fact that we are present
Yes.
and that we
He's
say.
responding to our presence versus orders.
Yeah,
That's
not
my
bad.
2 cents.
Although time is funny.
Which
when it
definitely
comes
makes
to those things.
well in this game it is. So to me it definitely points to 2 or 3.
Yep.
Actually it points to 2.
Hey,
I don't think he's I think he's offering that he's in good faith.
I agree. Do you think that if you sever the head of a person with psionic powers, you take their powers as your own?
No, that's not Highlander. That's a different
So
genre.
only if you do it with a sword.
There can be only one, Abraham. I have been an inn owner for 400 years, born in the highlands of the Forgotten Realms.
All right, so
All right, so we've got this part figured out. Let's say we survive that, we get good information. Now we're heading to the show, where we meet up with Lydia and...
I think we're gonna have to stop and see Harper because somebody's gonna be healing.
Or somebody might die. Actually, somebody might die, and as long as Harper's still around, we can bring our guys back to life. That's a nice security blanket.
Well, now we know who's gonna die.
Right?
Wait, do we have a member of our team called Timmy? 'Cause
Is anybody wearing a red shirt?
I wear crimson cape. I don't understand the point of the show, though. I mean, are we going to just be entertained? I feel like there must be something there that's going to...
I think you just need to move things around.
Or is that maybe like a very Abraham Lincoln moment, where we get attacked in the balcony of the show?
I'm still not sold on the crow
It
not
could
being
just be a
involved.
way to move time along and mark the time.
That's true,
Yeah,
too.
it's just an event to.
You don't think crossbow in the back of the head, in the balcony?
No.
No.
There was no balcony. There's 5 rows of benches.
Oh, that's...
I'm still not sold on the crow not being involved though.
I want the crow to be involved. That would be pretty cool. Like a crow's like pretty like shiny objects. You could use the crow to steal the...
Crow could have stolen all 3 things.
It's true. But what if the crow is
A
actually
leather button.
a polymorphed magic user? Oh, a polymorphed...
Wouldn't it be funny if this was a doppelganger?
You guys, I can't believe you fell for the oldest trick in the book.
I was ready for it for the first 2 hours, and then I let my guard down.
And then I used it.
And then you killed us.
Oh, that was so good. So good.
I was gonna do a whole flip chart of like who the prime suspects are and alibis, but at this point, I think we have a better sense of who aren't the bad guys.
If I had to pick somebody right now, it certainly looks like somebody in the castle.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems plainly, to me, it seems plainly obvious that it was the Assassin's Guild, but I don't have any evidence or motive.
It would be a pretty sweet setup to pretend to be the rulers of a town locked up in a castle, and that's the guild. But the only problem with that is if they did have a hideout, then why in the world would Oscar be secretly meeting in the night with the captain? Was it the captain or was it the...
It was the captain and
It was the
the
captain.
And the gambler?
It was Oscar and I don't know. It was Oscar and the dog trainer.
Oscar is the dog trainer. I
No. Oscar is the midget,
thought. Oh,
does the odd jobs. There was the dog trainer guy.
is it in your notes?
Yeah.
You can't access your notes on here? Or you have two windows open?
Yeah,
Oh, I gotcha.
I think I have right here.
How about after all this is over, we stage a heist and we steal that talking sword of Crocs?
Alright, so Wilfong and Captain Basmar were there together. And then there was Philmar, who's a local dog trainer, and Oscar were together. So Philmar and Oscar met the captain.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
Alright, got it. And it happens that he detected all three of those people as evil.
Yes. I want to talk to Priska too, the town idiot.
Yeah, there's been a lot of
Call me
name-dropping over
Priska.
there.
Or just, this whole thing could be completely inverted, and these three guys are the Assassin's Guild, and the whole town is trying to ferret them out.
Oh wait, I'm gonna make the call now. The ringleader in the whole thing is Priska, the town fool.
Is that more bacon, Joel?
No, donut.
I put bacon away. My kids would kill me if I left it out because we'd eat it all. My kids are so excited at them. There's like a pound and a half of bacon left. There were like 3 hash brown potatoes left. There was like 3 rolls left. So I got breakfast bagged tomorrow for Amy, Liz, and I. And Jules will just wallow in bacon.
Oh, that's right. You made the crispy hash browns to put on the sandwiches, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
That's what you make a sandwich out of.
Oh my gosh.
That is the bread.
I baked them. It was okay. I baked everything. I baked the bacon.
Okay, Joel, I think
Okay.
what the group has decided is that our 2 stealthiest members, Eldraine and Elfane, the Elven Ranger and the Elven Thief, are going to spread out from us and take to the shadows. We are going to make our ways down to the coin changer.
Is there any mechanism for which those 2 guys could get put together a makeshift sling and just shoot rocks, even if it was 1 to 2 points of damage versus 1 to 3 or 4 like regular sling does? Just to give some sort of ranged weapon.
Well, where you bashing one out of
It's a
branches
sling.
and
It's a piece of material. Pick up some rocks on the way.
They can rip one of their pants and turn it into cloth.
Tear up the sheets. I don't care.
I asked the dwarf if I could borrow a shirt.
Tear it off your bedroll. Tear it off the dwarf's bedroll.
right.
He doesn't need it all anyway.
Abraham pulls out a pair of daggers, throwing daggers. Here, why don't you guys take these? You might find them needy or
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
useful.
You know who has daggers like these?
Assassins.
One to Adam, one to Mikey, I guess.
Makes sense. Okay, so with those 2 being stealthy and the rest of us walking in the middle of the street, we make
Okay.
our way to the coin changer's office, which happens to be at the edge of town by the forest. So,
Okay. Okay.
Assume drunken stupor positions.
So so where are you coming from? You coming down this way?
We're coming from the inn.
I thought it was up top.
Yes.
I think we want to go by the.
You can go take the long way along the water.
Around
Okay.
by the docks.
It's an extra 2.5 minutes top.
It's an extra square.
or why don't we cut through? Why don't we just cut through the trees? That's the way that they wouldn't predict that we're coming.
Cut through people's backyards.
I agree with Bob though.
It's dark.
I agree with Bob.
It's Saturday night. We're going to the show.
Or they're getting loaded up.
That's the way the stealthy guys are going.
Oh, okay. No, they have to trail us in case we get into trouble. Whatever way they go, they have to be like
They can't see us through
on the peripheral.
woods. From the woods.
We
Oh,
take,
we're-
you know,
so
we're
you guys-
debating too much about
So you
something.
guys,
we're just gonna take the long road. We're
all
gonna
right,
take the road.
however
Yeah,
you get there, so you arrive at building number 29.
6:57. We're 3 minutes early.
You're out on the street.
Yeah, we're going to be out in the street, except for our 2 members who are hiding.
Actually,
Okay.
we're gonna go up to the door. The money changers and look in. Puts the door back. And just look in like we were trying to look, and we're too late.
Yeah, it's all locked up. There's several. You can see there's several doors that beyond, like you can sort of see beyond the first door. This is clearly a well fortified building, which is not a surprise since it's the money changer. On the front door, there's a sign that says Olada Jeweler and Money Changer.
You know, if he hired somebody for advertising, he could make such better signs.
So much better.
A lot of gold, a lot of diamonds.
So now,
A lot
Side of the door said jeweler and money changer.
Jeweler, Money Changer.
Well,
So now you can see coming down slowly down the street is a guard party.
coming from building 50, which is
Yep.
deeper away from the lake.
You run around the back?
No, we just hang out.
And
We take out our empty bottle and we're drinking 7 steps.
so as they get closer to you,
Just bear in mind our 2 members are hiding right now.
okay.
Okay.
You can identify one of them as Frag, and 2 others, whoever.
Okay.
So
So it looks like a 3-person group.
so when they're about 20 feet away from you, Frag halts the other 2 guys. He talks to them for a minute, then he walks up to you guys. He says, "I don't have much time to talk. Just beware of what you're doing in the castle. Arneson is very powerful. Don't trust her. I could get in a lot of trouble for saying this. And I don't have much time."
Thank you very much for the warning.
Is there anything in particular that we should be warned about, Frank? And please be careful for your own self too.
You know the things that you have to watch out for.
Does
But
she head the Assassin's Guild?
I don't know who heads the Assassin's Guild. Nobody knows that kind of information. Nobody, even in the Assassin's Guild, nobody probably knows who leads it.
But
You know,
she's a powerful member of it.
I don't know whether she is or not. I just know that she's a very powerful person, and I don't think she likes you guys very much. And I know that she doesn't like a lot of other people in town. Just you guys. And I know you guys were talking to her about the Baron
How do you know about the Baron?
because we heard some of what you guys said.
Do you trust the other guards?
All of us guards trust each other. I've never seen any of them do anything to anybody else. It's those humans and those dwarves that we don't trust.
Are the guards loyal to Arneson or to each other?
Well, we're loyal to Askew and Arnox. They're our leaders.
That's that orc and
His wife.
The head of the guard.
Who else does Arneson hate, or who are enemies of Arneson?
I don't know. We don't really know. We don't have much business with her. Look, I gotta get back to my guard duty.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Frank.
you for listening.
Just watch your backs, guys. You're in big danger.
We owe you
I
a
know
drink
that.
We owe you a drink when this is over.
Fine. So he gives a little wave. The other 2 guys scurry up, and they continue on their march toward the water.
Wow, it's number 1. I thought it was going to be number 2%.
I did not see that coming. But wasn't it a guard who summoned the weaponsmith to the castle?
We had 3 options. One was Frag was actually going to meet us there and it'd be all good information on the battle happened. 2 would be Frag would meet us there, it would be information, but we would all be attacked and Frag would be killed. Or 3, Frag was a villain and it was a trap!
That was the most useless warning ever. Hey, why don't you meet me alone on the outskirts of town after dark so I can tell you that this town is dangerous?
No,
Very
it helps solidify our distrust of Arneson.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, everything's happening in a vacuum from each other. No, some people know who you're talking to. Some people don't.
Yeah.
How
Oh, of
long?
course, of course.
How long would it have taken? How long did it take him to say, "Meet me at the
Money Changer
at
7." Alright, well, how much time do we have before the show starts?
Well, it's probably a little after 7 now. So
Alright, let's swing by and say hi to Harper. Take a giant rock and hit me with it. I need healing.
No, if we're gonna get ambushed. I want you in good health.
We're just gonna go see Harper. He's gonna heal me.
No, let's
We'll
go
do it right
to the show.
outside. We'll do it right outside Harper's place.
How about tomorrow we can
How
stage
about
that?
now? Because half the town's at the show.
I feel like
There was
hurting
5 benches.
yourself,
Half the town isn't at the show. They're all in their beds, afraid of the guards.
or the orcs in the forest.
All right, fine. We'll visit Harper tomorrow.
There you go.
Go to the show.
Maybe our stealth guys should still stay trailing us in case we get ambushed on the way to the show.
Yep.
Do I have to log into
Hey,
Roll20
stealthy.
again? Oh, there we go. I got the map again.
You notice, Adam, Mike is even more stealthy than you because he didn't even acknowledge that.
Yeah, no kidding.
I was already on my way.
Yeah, that's right. He's already there.
All right, so you guys make your way back up to the theater, which is building number 4.
Okay.
And the doors are open. You recognize the boys out there at the front.
Hey guys, how's
Hey,
it going?
hey, hey.
Gonna be a good
Marvin,
show tonight?
Marvin, Wilbur, and Arthur. It's good to see you guys back again. Yeah,
Hey.
of course it's gonna be a good show.
Wilbur, no hard feelings about earlier today. I'm really sorry about
Yeah,
that.
we probably pushed a little hard on that. We're sorry.
Okay.
Here's a couple of copper. Hope
Really?
you can forgive us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Treat your girl out for a nice drink, a nice dinner.
She's gonna be here tonight.
Or
Really?
don't.
Yeah.
She's evil. Oh, what? Huh?
Jeff, say it. What's she look like? Which one is she?
She's not here yet.
What's she look like? So we know.
Should you have one?
Uh,
I
she's-
don't want the dwarf hitting on her, because he's like that.
She's about 5'2", 105 pounds. She's got blonde hair and blue eyes.
Sounds like a beautiful girl.
Yep.
She is.
Size.
Good for you.
Thank you.
5'2", she's only a little bit taller than you, dwarf.
The good thing it's dark in the theater, that's all I gotta say.
She's
So,
human?
Sneaky little
Yeah.
elven thieves.
Do we
so
see,
you guys can walk right in and take it whatever seat you want.
we look around, do we see any sign of
About
Barton,
200 pounds.
Lydia, or her wife?
No.
Hey, have you guys seen Lydia around here?
Not tonight.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
I mean, why is she coming?
I don't know. We saw her at the general store earlier. She said something about having plans.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they can buy their tickets now. I mean, it's in the middle of the week. I don't expect to see a sellout. I'm kind of surprised to see them in the middle of the week, though. But I guess it's possible. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. If they do arrive, we'd like to pay for their tickets for them. No, never mind. That's a horrible idea. She already got my money at the general store. Never mind.
They'll probably get free tickets through.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Are there seats against the wall, or are we gonna have to sit in the middle of the area?
there's no seats against the wall. Well, there's seats alongside the wall. But there's a, if you were using this room as the theater, you'd have the stage here. You'd have 4 rows of benches there and 4 rows of benches here. The wall's over there. The wall's over here. In the back is where you come in,
You want to be
where,
by
where
the
the,
exit
the lobby is.
or away from the exit. If the bad guys come to attack you and you are by the exit, then you'll have less time to react, but better chance of escaping. That is the dilemma.
Is it a tent or a building?
It's a building.
Do we have time to go check on Lydia? Because isn't her house right around the corner?
It is right around the corner. What time is it? Do we have time to step out before it starts?
It's about 7:20, 7:30.
I
You-
wouldn't recommend it.
Balmoral's going to be real mad if you guys aren't in your seats when the show starts. We have strict orders. Those doors stay
Our
shut.
house is number 13. It's literally like right there. Like we can see it from here.
Yeah, listen, I need to go out and have a smoke. I got some pipe work I gotta get done here.
You know, lace his pipe.
I got to smoke my pipe. Come on, dwarf, I know you smoke some good tobacco.
Hey, I saw that pipe before. Didn't Gandalf have that before you?
Mine's not that big.
Oh, alright.
I don't have pipe envy.
But if you've got Shireweed, count me in.
I got Shire with you, okay. So the 3 of us are gonna go smoke a pipe outside and wander just back and forth, keeping an eye out for them.
I love it. Yeah, assassins chasing you guys, and you just stroll out at nighttime. Let's go out for a smoke.
Well, just keeping an eye out.
Hey, look, don't underestimate the power of nicotine, okay?
And I have the overconfidence hindrance.
All right, so you guys are out doing whatever you're gonna do.
The three of them, right? Not all of us.
It's whoever wanted to come.
Okay.
You see a group of 3 people walking down the street over here and turning toward the theater. They're just 3 young people,
Come from the castle, potentially.
and they're not dressed as guards. They're dressed as people.
Is there a female in the group?
There's a male gnome, a male human, and a female human.
Female human, about 5'2", blonde hair,
Yep.
big tits.
You'd have to go up and check.
Wilbur wasn't that good at describing.
Oh, that's just what I was imagining.
Yeah, go ahead and take Wilbur's girlfriend. You'll make a lot of friends in the town doing that.
really.
Well, it's more a matter of being aware of her because apparently she's evil.
Yeah, remember, evil doesn't mean that they're chaotic.
That's right. You can still
Right.
follow all the laws and be a jerk.
Being a
Take,
jerk against the law.
I don't know who's a good example of that in modern day. Not Bernie Madoff. I was gonna say Bernie Madoff, but not quite. Who's an example of real life lawful evil?
Ayatollah Khomeini? Or does it count because he made the laws too?
I think if you make the laws, it doesn't count. What were you gonna say, Jack? Oh, he's just drinking. Sorry.
Lawyers.
Ray Rice.
Oh, lawyers. Oh, lawyer. Any generic lawyer. Interesting argument. Except maybe civil rights lawyer.
Rice.
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice? Well, he kind of broke the law when he beat the crap out of his fiance. That's pretty close, though.
Yeah, I plant my bug tracker on a whole gun.
He's one of like the
Bill
whipping room in
Gates.
this house.
I would say, a lot of corporate entities I would consider lawful evil,
Yep.
but that's just our perspective on it.
So this is Bill Gates then. Okay.
Yeah.
We're thinking more of the Waltons.
I think it's more like Balmer instead of Gates. But anyway.
Greco from Wall Street.
So the 3 of them stop at the box office. They buy their tickets and they go in. And
We look up
it's
towards.
about 2 or 3 other people kind of wander in.
We look up towards Lydia's house. Is there any lights on?
Nope, it's all dark there. So now the stagehands come out and say, "Okay, we got 10 minutes before the show starts. You guys gonna come take your seat?"
I guess we go and take our seat.
Yeah, we'll investigate later.
There's a lot of pipeweed.
Did we see Lydia, her husband, or Martin inside the crowd?
No, and it's hardly worth calling a crowd. There's about 6 people in there, besides yourselves. The three that included Holga and just 3 other miscellaneous people.
And are we able to see the miscellaneous people, or any of them, just examining the crowd? Are any of them carrying visible weapons that we could tell, or curious lumps in their pockets that might be dagger shaped? Anything like that?
No, it's just a married couple that looks like a simple farmer and a simple farmer's wife, and their their teenage son.
Okay. And nobody seems to be wearing leather or any type of armor.
There's
weapons.
no sign of any weapons, chaps, or armor.
No chaps.
Yeah, right.
Assless or otherwise.
And is there a second level of the playhouse at all, like a mezzanine kind of area, or is it all one floor?
No, it's all 1 floor, and the stage is only 1 foot off the floor.
Okay. All right.
So the boys start going in. They start setting up. Wilbur's going out to shut the doors, and just as he's about to shut the door, he says, "Oh, okay, come on in." And there's a short exchange out there, and in come Martin with another woman and a man, and they sit in the back row.
Okay.
Perhaps we should move ourselves closer to them.
No, we're supposed to be incognito.
Oh, you're right. We don't want to show that we're tied to them. Okay.
So the lights go out, the spotlight turns on to the stage, and Balmero is there, and he's welcome everybody.
Is he dressed in fancy?
He's
like, show
dressed in his fancy garb that you saw some of it that was in his office.
What is he? An old man? I forgot. You don't have to give me the full description. I just was trying to remember what he looked like a little bit.
Abraham had the big wax mustache. I remember that.
40 years old, 5'10", 175 pounds.
So he's you.
closely cropped brown hair.
So he's you.
Well, he's got me by about 40 pounds, but yeah.
So they
And he's
start.
blonde.
The show starts and he's doing a variety of magic acts, and it's all very impressive stuff. He waves fingers, smoke starts flying, things start appearing, fancy lights start flashing around.
As a wizard, am I recognizing it as magic, or is it more sleight of hand?
You know that there's some magic involved, but it's just kind of different magic. It's very showy.
It's hand trips.
Some puppets pop down. They start speaking.
Cool.
He turns his head. There's a voice coming from there, a voice coming from there, a voice coming from there. Different colors start spraying around.
Hey, Kevlar, if I remember correct, isn't one of the other spells you have memorized right now detect magic, or am I wrong about that?
I have detect magic.
Well, we recognize it at some level.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not the critical wisdom.
Unless
I
they
have
cast a new
detected
spell
magic.
against us.
We wouldn't know that. It's only if it's magic or not.
Cool, if you cast detect magic, you can.
Is it magic or not? That's also.
You guys don't need to cast a spell to know that there's magic involved in here.
Okay, sorry.
Then two others join them on the stage. You recognize them as Willis and Phyllis, and they start doing some fancy rope tricks. The rope starts acting like it's got a mind of its own. More colors start spraying
I
around.
want that rope climbing.
It's
I
impressive.
want that rope climbing.
What you talking about, Willis?
All of a sudden, Willis is standing there. All of a sudden, he morphs into a dog and starts hopping around doing dog trips. He morphs back into a person.
I applaud.
Everybody in the theater is applauding. You hear a call from the back of the theater. You see a black crow flying down the middle of the aisle, hopping onto Balmoral's shoulder.
I start a chant, beauty, beauty, beauty.
And you're the other one.
Then I do a wave. 3 people in my row, I'll go up and back down.
And it just goes on for a while. Balmoral goes up there and starts spouting out some soliloquies with great passion and meaning.
He's got a high charisma.
Are they like historical speeches from big shows kind of thing, or like?
Upon said Christmas Day.
I mean, nothing that you're really familiar with, but it's still very very profound.
Cool.
And then Willis and Phyllis come out, and they're dressed as some kind of pirate or swashbuckler. He takes out a little fencing sword and waves it all around. Colors start flying around with the fencing sword. The other two dodge and parry and keep
imagine
hopping
how
between.
better this program would be if we were all drunk watching this? This is amazing. The colors. Oh.
So finally, with a great big finale, the whole theater lights up in all sorts of colors, almost like fireworks without sparks, without noise, and then it all trickles down. The theater goes dark, and then the lights come on, and all the others that are there are standing up, giving them a standing ovation.
Us too.
We'll stand,
And,
but we're also going to look around and see if there's any new people in the crowd or any people reaching for weapons to kill us.
Now, you can see Martin and Lydia and the man that's with her politely clapping, but they also have a sharp lookout on what's going on.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
I have to say. Encore! Encore!
So
Bravo.
the performers start making their way out down the aisle. You could see Wilbur comes out. Holga gives her a big hug and big kiss, and they're holding hands, and they look very happy together. And the others that are with them are talking to the other boys, Wilbur and Arthur. And Balmoral walks up. So, how'd you like the show?
That was a very impressive show.
That was great.
Well, thank you very
That was
much.
far superior to what I expected to find with such a limited theater.
Maybe even better than we thought it was going to be.
Did you really turn him into a dog? I mean, was he a dog for that point?
Oh, you want to know his secrets, huh?
Oh, I'm just curious. That looks so lifelike. That was amazing.
He's an illusionist.
Oh.
See there, you could tell a little background. You could probably tell that my background. I'm a bard.
Ah. Truly, the ways of magic are fascinating.
So,
We shall have to study this someday.
Balmoro, the bard. No surprise there. And who was the illusionist?
Willis is the illusionist.
What you talking about?
What about Wilbur? Anything special?
Wilbur, he does a good job with the lights. He's a nice boy.
Just don't trust them with your musical
He,
instruments.
he's not part of the show, but and Balmoral gives a little whistle again, and Black Beauty comes flying down. She was something else, wasn't she?
Right. Familiar.
But
I
she
would've thought that creature was intelligent, the way that it acted.
flies back over to Phyllis. It's really Phyllis's bird, but Phyllis is kind enough to always lend it to the show.
Huh.
Is Phyllis a wizard by chance? Is it Willis is familiar?
She's a magic user.
druid.
Where do you get the ideas for your show? How are you inspired?
Well, yeah, I've traveled around a bit, and all of a sudden he's a little distracted. He's looking over at the boys. They're oh yeah, those guys are at it again. He say, hey, Marvin, come over here. And Marvin comes over. Did you take Farmer Jones's wallet? Yeah, get that back over to him. These boys, they're into a little mischief every now and then, but
Marvin's one of the helpers, right?
yeah. They like to help themselves sometimes, but tell you the truth, a stranger in town, whatever. But I don't want them taking advantage of our
I check my purse.
townspeople.
Yeah, I'm checking my pockets.
No,
as well.
none of you guys are missing anything.
Okay, that's fortunate. Well, that's awfully good of you. I admire a man who's got principles.
Yes.
They would love to have tried to take Mikey's copper pieces, but I don't think they had the nerve to try that.
Professional courtesy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for the fantastic show.
Yes.
It is appreciated.
Balmoral says, if you hurry, you might be able to get a few words in with Holga before she heads back to the castle.
Maybe you could make a round of introductions for us.
No. We'll go over it. Wilbur, is this Holga you were talking about? She's gorgeous.
Yeah, all right.
You're a lucky man.
Oh yeah. I'm like this is Holga. He's the Holga. These are my friends. They're visiting from out of town. They stopped at the show tonight, and Holga says it's nice to meet you.
Wow.
Is this the woman you stole the loot and broke the string for?
What?
Stay on the loop.
Oh, you're up at the castle? Is that what we heard?
Yeah, I'm a student up there.
Oh.
How did you guys meet?
In the clerical ways?
Yeah. I'm a magic student.
A
Yeah.
cleric or magic student?
She's a magic student.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Sangster's my teacher.
That's great. Do you want to be an
Right.
illusionist like the folks on stage here?
Nah. I mean, I've got my own things to do there at the castle.
You know that Goldukat here also practices magic. He's quite skilled.
Oh, is that so?
Yes. It's been a passion of mine for some time.
Uh-huh. Can you make people sleep?
That I do have the ability. I don't have that memorized right now.
Really? Okay. That's one of my talents. We keep it between us. It's kind of fun sometimes. The kid here, he gets a little too frisky. They put him right to sleep. That you know how it is.
It's like being married. Just go to sleep. Oh, here comes the sand again.
All right. Well, it's nice to meet you guys. I gotta head out. Okay.
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 Nice to meet you. We'll see you around.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. So she steps out with the other students, and they head on out. The farmer leaves, and so Martin and Lydia walk up to you, and Lydia says, "How are you guys doing?" I remember you from last night.
So far, so good.
Well, we're still alive. Thank you so much for coming down, Lydia, to you and your husband.
So this is my husband, Gelmark. And Gelmark says hello. How do you do?
A pleasure.
Galmark?
Gelmark.
Gelmark.
Right.
I guess.
What is he? Should I have him earlier?
No, you didn't meet him. You didn't know that Lydia was married until.
No, but we listed him. He was not listed as part of the part of the adventure group earlier.
Correct.
Okay, not part. So he's not an adventurer. He's not part of the. Other
Well, I guess he's part of the adventure group too. If you want to include him with him.
No, that's all right. They just didn't tell us. I just want to make sure.
So Lydia says so. Martin filled me in a little on your conversation with Abraham earlier today.
A conversation that might be best had.
We're the only ones in the theater. I mean, Willis and Phyllis have left, and Balmoral's cleaning up, so the boys aren't around. So we're the only ones here. You can talk freely.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm not. I know how to take care of myself, but I'm not foolish either. You never know who's going to be hiding behind a curtain or around the door or around the corner. That's how we all survive. We look out for each other.
How long have you guys been in the town?
A couple years, I guess.
Oh, okay. So you've been here for a while.
Prior to that, how long have you been adventuring in the business?
Yeah. Well, we've been out for quite a while. We had some interesting adventures off the island, and so we've seen some pretty interesting things.
Why did you choose this town to stay in out of all towns?
It's nice, quiet. The fishing's good. The people are nice. The business is decent. We each open up little businesses, and we look out for each other. That's the way we like it.
Huh.
The town is pretty well cared for. I know it's well protected, so we don't have the non-human element to worry about. Not that we can't take care of ourselves, but it's nice to know that somebody else is doing the job that we don't have to do, so we can relax.
And you decided to settle down even though you were aware of the rumor that a guild of assassins.
It wasn't like that before. That's just happened over the last few years.
Oh.
Really?
I thought this was the
What is there any event you would kind of correspond to the growth of the Assassin's Guild? Like,
Look, let's cut to the chase right now. I don't really know anything about the Assassin's Guild. I know what these guys are telling us, that we have to be careful. There's no proof though. They're assassins. Assassins don't broadcast themselves. They don't even know who's in the guild with them. I mean, your neighbor could be in the guild and you wouldn't know. You could be in the guild and your neighbor could be in the guild and you might not know that.
How do they collect dues that way? That's fascinating. By the way, how long has Arneson been mayor? About 2 years?
I don't know. I guess.
that was what I was trying to get to.
I know. I was with you.
So I don't know if there's a whole lot that we can do for you. We'll watch your back while you're in town.
That's all we can ask.
I'm not sure what it is that you're trying to accomplish. You're looking for the Baron's murderer. We know. I mean, Martin filled us in.
Yeah.
And Abraham filled Martin in. So.
And I think we have a second job now, which is to clear the name of your friends. You may not be aware that a courier is coming in a day and a half, bearing this news in the news of the evidence that is left.
All right. Well, that's not surprising. The courier comes by around once a week, and such a big event like that is bound to get out.
But it does mean that the mayor will then have every excuse to
Arrest your friends.
and deprive them of their liberties and knock them out of the picture.
That's a concern. Yeah.
Agreed. So not only do we have to find justice, but we also have to clear the name of your good friends.
Oh, hold on. What do you mean we? Me and my friends know how to take care of ourselves. We've done it a long time, and quite frankly, I think we're a little more adept at doing that than you. You guys look like you're beginners at this.
Well, that is true. We really are beginners. I barely know which end of the sword is up.
This dwarf looks like he can hardly walk without bumping his head into the beam.
He does a good job of eating, I have to say. He's quite experienced at eating other people's food.
And drinking.
And that elvish ranger there, I think he'd get lost going around the tree.
Oh, you'd be surprised. He was out in the forest just last night, and he ran circles around Frag and his team.
And this cleric that you've got, I mean, does he worship the god of clowns.
The god of that's funny. The god of
That's hard.
clowns.
That's harsh.
Devlin worships the god of magic.
All right,
I've never seen anybody more devout in spirit.
all right. Well, Gelmark gives Lydia a little elbow to the ribs. So okay, I'm being a little harsh, but
Alright, why don't we head on back to Abraham?
We're-
We can always just drink and then.
just remember, you guys aren't here to help us. We're gonna keep an eye on you and make sure that you guys don't get yourselves killed or something stupid like that.
Thank you very much.
But we
My
certainly
neck
do
appreciates that.
Yeah, all of us hope that we can live to the day where we can look back at this point and laugh.
But we don't know about the Assassin's Guild. We don't know who is in it, and we expect you to not spread throughout town the fact that we're experienced adventurers living here. A lot of people don't know that. As far as most townspeople are concerned, I'm Lydia, the general store owner. This is Martin, the farmer.
Are you sure? Because we were able to find that out within the first 12 hours of moving into the town.
From who? From Arnes?
From talking to the various people of the town, from chatting with the
Well,
armor.
Abraham knows, Balmro knows, but you're
You learned it from Abraham.
I think we might have learned it from Abraham on the first night. You may want to speak with him about keeping his lips a little more tightly sealed.
yeah, maybe I should, huh?
Slips.
Nevertheless, he is a friend, and I think we have the same goals. We want to protect your friends, clear their name, and also figure out who murdered the Baron in cold blood.
But I know, I mean, it was you guys who, it was that little elven thief that was clowning around outside my house last night. You remember that thief? You better be a little more careful than that. You're lucky you didn't end up with a knife in your back. Try that tonight outside some assassin's home, and there's going to be a hole in the ground for you to be buried in.
Well, Lydia, one thing is for certain. You and your colleagues are far more experienced than we are. I'm sure you must have solved at least 5 or 6 murder mysteries in the course of your career. What would you recommend we do? What advice would you have for us?
Leave
and how to
town.
proceed?
Yeah.
Well,
Leave town. You can't handle this job.
as noble adventurers, you know that that's not in our nature. There's no way that we're going to leave the innocent and the evil deeds.
Well, I guess
unpunished.
then I guess use the clues that you've got to help you determine who the murderer is.
Balmoral's been in town for a long time, right?
Very long, yeah. Longer than us.
When you've been here a couple of years.
Yeah.
How often does his staff turn over? Or has it always been Phyllis and Willis?
Yeah, it's always been Phyllis and Willis, as far as I know. And the boys, wherever they came from, they're good boys.
I'm just thinking.
I wouldn't trust Holga. She's up there at the castle with all those others.
Well, I think we learned something else that's kind of interesting. Holga has the ability to cast the spell of sleep. So, adding on to our theory, Holga could have put Wilbur to sleep, or some of the other boys, and while they slept, she could have absconded with the loot. We could ask the boys at some point if they had fallen asleep and woken up unexpectedly, much like Jeff is right now.
Jeff has punishment for that. He goes to sleep, he owes me 5 burpees.
Seriously? That's horrible. Wow.
Well, that'll get his energy right back up again.
Adam, Chris, Mike, what are there any questions for these veterans or comments in general?
Yeah, how many years of adventure do you have to have up your belt before you can turn into such an asshole?
You're really not helping things out.
That's the,
Well, I just want to know what I can look forward to. You know?
he's a
What makes you
ranger.
think you're going to live a couple years to act this way?
Forgive him. He lives in the forests. He doesn't interact too often with any sort of.
He
talking.
spends a lot of time with the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Not always in a good way.
That's okay. I'd rather be cocky and experienced than nice and dead, which is where you're heading, Elven Ranger.
Are you and Gelmark both men of swords, women of swords?
Yep. We're both fighters.
Cool. And what was Lada? What was Lada's profession?
Maybe you should go visit her and find out.
Well, her store's closed. Just curious.
Yes, and you better be careful when you do go visit her. She's
A lot of the money changer, yeah, so we're guessing she's the
she's what you'd call a little more paranoid
Mm.
than us.
Where
Na-
is?
Sorry.
Naturally, that helped her sustain a good living and keep her back in a village of thieves.
You guys, vessels are clear. Is Bess at the top at the temple with Harper or elsewhere?
Bess? No, she lives down there.
What does she do?
She worships Zerbo, the god of life of the seas. They have their services at the church on Fridays. You usually see her out there polishing the statue. She's a good person. She lives on 26 Garroten Road.
In House 26. And
Wait, that 20. Oh, I thought that was the money.
That took me a moment.
Olada's at 29 Garroten Road.
Look out, Riverview Terrace.
a lot of 29. And
Lakeview Path.
Main Street.
last Captain Queenix. It was a holy man.
That guy lives here, Park.
Yeah.
What? Drive.
Captain Queenix.
Yep.
Yeah, he worships Zerbo, the god of life of the seas, also. Is that? Yeah,
But neither of them live with the acolytes in the temple or in the castle.
No, and Bess wasn't part of our party. I don't know if somebody told you that or if you got that mixed up.
Ah,
Oh.
Queenix was part of our party.
Cletus?
Queenix.
Kleenex?
Queenix. Quenix.
All right, so we head up back to Abraham's to get a little.
Oh, Martin mentioned that there might one of the challenges we've had just starting out. You know how it is. Even raising money to buy a suit of leather armor costs your life savings. If there's any chance that you might be able to help us be better prepared for possible ambush, now that it seems all of the Assassin's Guild is after us, we certainly would be.
So are you telling me you want a job to be able to earn some money to buy some armor from me?
Well, first, what do you have for sale and how much do you want for it? And then we'll see if we need a job or not.
But that would be exactly the short of it, Lydia. Yes, please. We pay our debts, except maybe for the door.
What are you, Lannister?
Or you-
Winter's coming.
Can we check with you?
I've got, well, let's see, as far as armor goes, I've got a few suits of leather armor, some shields, some studded leather. I've got one set of chainmail. There's a few other weapons. I think I've got some hammers and broadswords. You come by tomorrow and you can take a look. Not tonight. We're going to bed. It's late. We're only here because we're doing Martin a favor.
And we appreciate it. I ordered some armor from Crack. Am I going to get ripped off by that? I know I'm paying a little more than I should for it. Is it going to be good quality stuff?
Yeah, he makes good stuff. If you're going to pay for it, don't get on his bad side. He likes to rough people up for fun, and he's pretty good at it too.
Yeah.
Just mind your manners, and you'll be okay around him. You can trust him.
Just so you know, in Baldur's Gate, leather armor costs 8 gold.
Say it for 7.
You got it for 7. You did all right.
All right, so I guess we head back to Abraham's.
I guess so.
Well, we're going to escort you back because I don't want you getting knifed in the back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so they walk you around the corner and down the street, kind of like I do to David when I walk him to the bus stop.
They're going to pack us a lunch,
All right.
give us a kiss before we go back into the inn.
Oh, and here's one more little piece of advice. Don't play cards with Will Fung.
Oh, we figured that one out already.
He's got a medallion of ESP. He knows what hand you have every time.
What a bad thing.
I think the only one that ever consistently falls for that is that idiot Captain Bassmar. He never catches on, but
He's got, did you just say
How did you get the
ESP?
name Captain?
He has an amulet of ESP.
Oh, amulet of ESP.
because he likes to pretend he's a captain of some sort, but he's not.
How in the world then did our friend, the Elven Ranger Elfrain, win against him?
Better cards.
He must have just got the cards. You can't. He can know what cards you have, but did he drop out of the game when he was playing?
No, he stayed to the end if I recall correctly.
No, I think he dropped.
You know, he might. Well, no, he might have been just setting you up.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you get two aces and and he gets 2 2s, it doesn't matter how much he knows.
ESP allows one to read the thoughts of others, is that correct?
Who is
So-
this? Wilbur has the.
Wilfong,
Well done. So,
the guy who's always shuffling the cards.
a magical item like that could be quite useful when doing an investigation for a murderer.
I see
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like
Good
that.
luck in borrowing it from him.
Who said anything about borrowing? We could
That'd be
temporarily.
good.
We could borrow it.
We are good.
Well-
Don't forget.
Neutral good.
If you guys are going to quote borrow something like that, you better know what you're doing. You better be prepared to slit his throat for it.
I'm not
I-
willing to go that
I don't.
far.
Maybe he's an assassin. Maybe he's not. I don't know.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
All right. Well,
If
thank
he
you
wants
very
to
much.
cheat at cards, let him cheat at cards. That's what I say.
Thinking that his amulet could be quite helpful in bringing justice
In our investigation.
in our investigation.
Mm,
And helping
Maybe ends
clear the names of your
justify
friends.
the means.
Maybe.
sure once we get hold of it, it'll only have 2 cards.
He used 4,000 charges playing cards. 2 left cards.
Yeah, right. If you have a artifact level magic item with like 37 charges and you use it to win at cards, that's awesome.
So Abraham greets you at the inn, and you walk in. The same 4 guys are there. Oscar, Philmar. It was just like last night. Will Fong's playing some cards with Captain Bassmar, who's pounding the table. How do you always beat me? A couple other scattered people are around.
I'm
Kinda float
ordering
around.
a dinner because I didn't eat dinner previously. But if I eat it in public now, I feel safer. And I'm hungry. So, I'm
So-
ordering dinner.
So Glammy's there at the bar, and he gives you a look. And he gives you a look. Says,
He's
"You
so
guys,
good.
you guys are back, huh? What can I do for you?"
Oh, just get a round of drinks, I guess.
Oh, I'll have something to eat, whatever you've got left over still.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. What did I think Rillis made some venison with asparagus tonight. Does that sound right?
Fancy. Sounds great.
Fantastic.
That sounds yummy.
Okay.
Are they medallions of venison? Usually when I eat venison, they come in medallions. I don't know why that is, but there you have it.
You want me to ask her?
Nah, it's okay. I'll take what
Surprise.
you've got.
Sweet surprise.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, boy, come over here. He calls over to James. James comes running up. Get these brave souls some dinners tonight, okay?
We got a lot more respect now, aren't we?
So he goes in, comes back out. Okay, Rillis will have it up for you in a minute.
He did say he was going to get fish for today. No fish today. Did you notice that? I
We had
noticed
fish
that.
for lunch.
Yeah, and not here though. Remember? He went to buy the fish because we ordered fish last night. No fish today. He's going to get it. No fish.
So, here's my question.
Fish sauce.
We have. I'm trying to put some pieces together now.
Okay. Are we going to pretend to talk about this surrounded by all these potential suspects? Or do we talk about this in our room?
Why don't we take dinner in our room?
I like that.
I have a question for Abraham.
Okay, he'll call him over. Yeah. What? Yes, Dwarf.
Can those tunnels underneath our rooms be used as an escape? There's obviously going to be a quiet. Can those be used as a escape route?
You don't have access to those tunnels. Those tunnels don't exist. I don't know what tunnels you're talking about.
All right.
And no.
How
was the show?
Show was great. How long have they been doing that? How long have these guys been working for Balmoral? Phyllis and Willis and
Oh, a long time. I don't know. Quite a while. I mean, they've been doing a lot of different shows together. Very talented.
they are.
So who else was at the show tonight?
Farmer Jones.
And his wife.
All
And
right.
their 13-year-old son.
All right, well, that's nice to see them come out.
Almost
every now
lost
and
his
then.
wallet, actually.
Yeah.
The boys, huh?
Marvin,
Yeah.
yeah.
Olga and a couple, Helga.
Olga was there?
A couple of the students too.
How did Holga meet Wilbur?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Wilbur was doing some work at the castle. I mean, they get out and do things. They're not prisoners. So.
Sure.
Maybe Holga came to a show one other time. I don't know. They've been They've been together for a bit though. And she seems like a nice girl, I guess. And yeah, and Wilbur's a good kid. I hope Hull is a good kid too.
Sure.
Never, and, yeah, never, as you know, never really trust everybody up there at the castle.
It's definitely a different tone we got than earlier.
Well, he knows he's in public now.
Yeah. Alright, well, we're gonna take dinner on our own and turn it pretty early, because we got a, well, not that early, but we've got a pretty long day.
Okay. Just don't forget everything we talked about before. It's very serious. Watch your back.
It's a long day, it's probably after 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
It's 10:15, Jeff, and you're still, 11:15, you're still awake. Mark the date and time.
Yeah.
5 burpees, man, that'll do it.
That's right.
Prison push-ups, 5
So,
burpees.
alright, so I guess we head up to our rooms.
Okay.
Once we're in our rooms,
We all go into one room.
yeah. One thought is we could use the tunnels to sneak into the room of the fellow who's got the ESP necklace, and we could steal it from him in the middle of the night using the tunnels. And then we could use that to assist in our investigation.
Except we can't get into them.
Oh, come on now. We have thieves now. We didn't try with a thief before. We were out in the woods. We might be able to get that open now.
Let's have a conversation. Let's revisit our suspects.
Okay.
We've got some time.
All right.
So we all think Hull was involved in some manner.
Oh, I
We
think
should post the watch at the door.
All right,
good idea.
good idea. So
Mhm.
I think we all suspect Hull was somewhat involved.
We should put an elf at the door because they're better at hearing things than anybody else.
There's 2 L's at the door.
Yeah.
Two sides to.
And put somebody at the trap door because somebody could be listening to us at the trap door now too, or spying on us while we're naked. Now we have, there's the equally
You're
likely.
creeping me out.
No, he's creeping me out. He's a good guy, but he's creeping me out.
All right, so somebody showed up and performed on the loot admirably well.
Yeah.
So we're looking for somebody who has that skill.
Or somebody who just can be an illusionist.
Well, somebody showed up in the role of Abraham buying beer. That's the illusionist, I believe.
Well, if you're an illusionist, you could pretend to be playing a lute and just create the music,
Yeah.
or you could, take on the likeness of anything.
The illusionist does create a new.
Twist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's review the notes we had received originally.
About what was seen on the night of the murder, or the night before the murder. They were all
Alright.
spaced by 1 hour.
All right. So an old man with long white hair wearing a blue robe with the symbol of Free Barracuda on it ate at the Restonford Inn.
Do you think that's a typo, or do you think the fact that the symbol is a barracuda there and then later on it was a whale?
I think each there's the 2 different religions. One's Barracuda, one's whale.
But isn't what's his face, the crazy old man, Harper? Doesn't he have the whale?
No, he's a Barracuda. I think.
I thought. Joel, could you confirm that the
Oh.
Actually, the old man displayed a beautiful golden holy symbol of small whale. He had a blue robe with the symbol of Free Barracuda on it, and his
Oh.
holy symbol was a small whale.
Okay, that's consistent then. All right.
All right.
With ruby eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
A man in traveling clothes appears at a local tavern where he had a few drinks and played the lute. So a man, that could just as easily be a woman dressed funnily. And then lastly, a man came into town to buy a few barrels of beer and have them shipped to his inn in Garroten. The guard at the south gate remembered each of the 3 men. They arrived one after the other about an hour apart between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Sunday night. None of these 3 men were seen to leave Restonford, but a later search of the town did not find them.
We have another problem. The mayor wants to meet us tomorrow morning, bright and early.
The Baron was found strangled at 8 a.m. Monday morning. So we have to assume he was killed sometime after 7 p.m. Sunday night.
Oh, he was strangled. So
His bedroom was locked from the inside. He was strangled, no furniture or other objects were overturned or broken. That implies to me he was sleeping. Was there sand there?
Sand?
Yes, sand is a component of the sleep spell that Hulk is so enthralled with.
If there was, they didn't tell you.
no, but I think Holga was small potatoes. I think she was instrumental in getting the loot. and she put the boys to sleep to steal it. Maybe we can find evidence of Sam's when she stole the loot.
That's the basics I got.
Are there any material components required for illusion spells?
Depending on it, probably, you have to look in the book.
If a golden button or a red ruby or a... Oh wait, when you use the
Component is consumed.
component is consumed.
So the wood sand would have been gone.
There would be no sand, yeah. So what do you think about the idea of stealing the ESP necklace?
I don't know, I think it's
Well-
kinda tricky.
I think we're looking
I
for.
think it's morally wrong.
We'll give it
Even
back. Once, for the greater good, I mean, it's a small transgression. He'll never know. He doesn't even know the tunnels are there, otherwise...
Even the evil guy says the ends don't justify the means.
I'm neutral good. I can do something like this to help the greater good.
I think that if we went to that length, we would put big bullseyes on our backs.
Only if we got caught.
Bigger than what we already have.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. We already got big bullseyes on our backs. Alright, put that aside for a second. We have a meeting with the mayor. Oh, you got more clues?
I'm looking it up, considering,
Sorry.
let me see if we said it. So Glammy was previously uncooperative, now he's our best friend. Don't fish on Tuesdays. Black Beauty. Phyllis and Willis. Is Phyllis a woman, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
And Willis is a man?
Yeah.
Are they together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any people that we haven't interviewed yet in town? Have we missed anybody? Any shops or buildings that we haven't seen?
He said there's like 120.
Yeah, there's a lot of people we haven't.
There's a lot of people
Run
that
into
we've
yet.
spoken to.
All right. Well, we're coming down to a close for the night. You guys are you finished talking about how you're going to handle things. You're getting ready to get ready for the morning and
Is anybody with me on stealing the
contemplating how you're going to talk to the mayor. And you hear a knock at your door. It's after midnight at this point.
We're gonna let it all hang out.
Well,
Kev,
it's not
Ducat, Kevhorn, it's Balmero. I need to speak with you.
There's some kettle corn.
I guess we open the door.
Is there people at the door? If it's an assassin, they wouldn't knock.
Do we recognize his voice?
Yes.
We open the door.
We open the door.
And you see Balmero standing out there with Wilbur. We need to talk to you. Can we come in?
Yes.
Of course.
All right. First, Wilbur, tell them what you told me. Wilbur's a little nervous. I was scared. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lie to you.
You fell asleep, and the loot was gone, and you were worried.
No, I told you that I lost the gold loot string. That wasn't true. The truth is, I gave it to Holga. She wanted the string. I don't know why she wanted it. I mean, I thought because she wanted something from me. She wanted a token of my love for her, and he took out. See, I've got a hair ribbon from her, so I wanted. What could she?
That's a big blue doll.
She said I would love one of the strings from the golden loot.
That's her hair?
No, it's a hair band.
Oh, here. Okay. Wilbur?
I'm
Don't
sorry.
tell me
I'm
you
sorry.
fell
I'm
over.
sorry. I didn't even think it was a big deal until Balmoral. I'm sorry.
We look at Balmer. How much does he know? How much did you have to share to get this out?
Okay, Wilbur, go back outside and wait for me now. Okay. So Wilbur leaves the room. Balmoral. I've got very bad news for everybody. That's not the only thing that's happened tonight.
Somebody has died.
Somebody's dead.
I
Ran out of beer.
the guards just came into the inn. They told me that one of their guards, his name was what was his name?
Frag.
Frag, was murdered tonight.
I am so shocked. I can't tell you how surprised I am at this astonishing turn of events.
That's not the worst of it.
No,
The guards just came and arrested Abraham.
no,
No, I thought they were gonna arrest us.
just
They-
now.
They said, "Where was Abraham for the last hour?" Abraham said, "I was here in the inn. I was serving dinner. So I was talking to the guest. And you guys remember talking to Abraham.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the guards wouldn't listen. They went and arrested him.
Ah,
Now I fear Arnis has Abraham just where she wants.
and possibly
I need
you as
you-
well.
We need to solve this mystery, and we need to solve it fast."
Well, if only we had a amulet that would allow us to read the thoughts of other people, that certainly would be helpful. Balmoral, you're an illusionist, right?
I'm a bard.
You're a bard, but you can cast magics that change the view of things in the mind's eye. Is that right?
I can't get involved in this.
But you already are, my friend. You're implicated. If Wolver is killed, you lost
Arnis
your
doesn't
alibi.
suspect me of anything, and I like it that way. The castle doesn't suspect me as a problem.
What will you do in 2 days when the courier comes down and says that your string was found at the site of the murder? Surely you don't think that the mayor won't have you hauled into jail right next to your friend Abraham? Because I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I know that you're trying to stay distant, but I think you need to involve yourself, for your very life is at stake.
Tomorrow morning, I want to talk to Harper. Harper will help come up with a solution. He may be a little crazy sometimes, but he's very smart. He's very powerful, and our nest never bothers him.
Is he going to go to his wheel and spin it, and then base his decision based on the result of the spinning wheel?
He might.
We've met Harper. He didn't exactly strike me as the person of sound mind. Take charge of your own fortune, man.
Harper is a high-level
Maybe
wizard.
Go in front for Harper. Maybe he just plays that way.
Yeah, I think there's more to Harper than we
I think there's a lot more to
see.
Harper than what we're seeing.
Sure. Balmoral, there's a man who's staying at this very inn who has an amulet that allows one to read the minds of others. Help us borrow it,
He's just a cheap card player. He doesn't have anything of worth to offer.
except for the amulet. So let's borrow it to help get some answers. Would you help us and use your
We're
powers as a
assuming
bard?
Lydia told us is true.
Yeah.
At least Bob isn't fixating on the amulet.
It just seems like an easy solution. Like, why would
But
that?
you're missing the point. What is your alignment?
Neutral good.
You would not do that then.
Sure.
He might be. He borrowed.
The point is to be good, not to follow the laws. Otherwise, it'd be lawful good.
But good. My view of good would imply that stealing of any manner would probably be bad.
But it's taking the amulet away from somebody who cheats other people with it.
Right. It's good,
And he intends to return it when he's done.
and it's for the purpose of good.
Well, have
on a pure alignment argument, I would say that Bob has this one.
Here's a suggestion for you guys. Now, Abraham said that he didn't suspect Wilfong of being one of the assassins. He did not find him to be evil. Maybe you can get him in on our side to help us.
So you would feel comfortable opening this up to Wilhelm?
Not particularly,
'Cause your
but that
life
I
is-
think that's a better solution than stealing from him.
Okay.
You
Well,
know-
your life is certainly part of this decision. So if that's what you're comfortable
I'm not
with-
part of the decision. I'm not part of your group.
You know, I got a better idea about this. Rather than, why don't we take the slightly not quite high road? Threaten to tell Captain about the medallion unless he lets us borrow it for 2 days. Because he beats Captain Vasmar every single time. I'm sure the captain would really like to know and would really take it out on him
I like that.
if he found out the truth.
Or the fact that Abraham won't be back and you'll have no place to set up camp. Either argument works. He has a vested interest in Abraham coming back.
Yes. Thank you, Balmoral.
And where are you going back to your place to stay this evening?
Yes.
Balmoral, it seems like you're ignoring my words. I'll say one final time. There are your loot strings at the scene of a crime of the Baron of the Kingdom.
Yeah, and don't you think I know that?
Well, it
in-
seems like
in
you
two-
don't because you keep saying that
In
you're
2
not involved
days,
in
when
this.
that information gets to the mayor, she's going to arrest me next.
Yes. So why are you not involving yourself in this investigation more? I don't understand why you're sitting back.
because you are being watched. I wouldn't be surprised if in another day half of you guys are lying there in the back alley with knives in your back.
And you don't
I don't
think that
want to be
yours
one
are?
of them.
So your time is 48 hours, and our time might be 12. It's very strange to me that you wouldn't do more to save your own skin. But I appreciate you giving us this information. And watch out, because if they
And-
knock off Wilbur, you've lost your alibi as well.
And I'll also add that Martin and Lydia and the rest of them are looking out for me. You guys,
I think we gotta be careful with Wilbur in general. I mean, the fact his girlfriend, we already think that his girlfriend's evil. She's already in with the mayor.
Is she manipulating him? Yeah.
Wilbur is obviously, he's in,
Wilbur's really not gonna be an alibi anyway, I don't think, because they're not gonna believe Wilbur over this girl.
Wilbur is in love with this girl. He's just gonna do whatever she says, and that's probably what happened. He told, he
More
just,
than that, I mean, the girl works for the mayor, so the mayor's not gonna believe what Wilbur gave it to her, and that's, I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Frankly, Bamal, if I were you, you're in a town that is full of potential assassins, a corrupt mayor, your best friend just got hauled off for jail. You may want to skip town to save your own life.
If he skips town, he's guilty.
I'm
But
not,
at least he's not dead.
I'm not skipping town. I am going to help clear Abraham's name. I don't know who the murderer is. I don't even know for sure if it's somebody here. I know two things though. Number one, it wasn't me. And number two, Abraham was my best friend, and I'm going to do whatever I can to save him.
And number 3, it wasn't you.
And number three,
That's very admirable, and we will do all that we can to help you as well. Is there anything else that we can do this evening that you can think of?
just watch your backs.
Will do.
All right, so with that we close session number 3.